welcome.
Hello. Happy Friday. It's Friday, right?
That's right. We're going to start the weekend right here, right now. Welcome to Mimosas and Masterpieces Paint and Sip virtual session. We have tonight virtual platform 9 3/4 from the film Harry Potter.
Don't forget, as you're coming on live, to check in. If you're painting with us live, we will do a drawing tomorrow morning for 3 people to win the etched Harry Potter mugs that I have.
Yes.
And we'll hopefully ship them to you if you're, hopefully not, I mean, we'll ship them to you. We'll get them there. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get it to Canada, but
all right.
But we have 3 of them to give away, so check in with us.
Already, Christina is here.
Hi, Christina.
Anya is here.
Hi, Anya.
Kaylee is here.
Hi, Kaylee.
Katie is here. These are our regulars.
Our regulars.
Chris from Maryland is here.
Hi, Chris from Maryland.
Kaylee says, my allergies have been so bad, my eyes have been swollen. Oh, I hope you feel better.
I know. We were outside like for several hours today, and I'm feeling it.
And Anya says, I want that mug.
What mug?
The Harry Potter mugs, you remember? Remember when we did the Harry Potter?
And Katie says, do you ship to Canada?
I might have to. I'll try. I've never shipped something to Canada. I think we tried, and it was like some kind of craziness. I guess I have to fill out paperwork. We'll figure it out. No worry.
We've got Rhea, age 11, is the biggest ever Harry Potter fan.
Oh, yay. Welcome.
Supriya is back.
Hi, Supriya.
Right, Katie's in, right, she says Maddox, Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
And then Christina is, Azalea from Santa Clara, California.
Okay.
She's
Hi,
10,
Azalea,
and
that's
she loves
right.
Harry Potter.
I remember.
Right.
Because I loved your name.
Yeah, that's just a doggy.
It's just the doggy. Rascal's down here eating with us. His
Yeah.
kibble, so he's crunching.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as we wait for more people to check in.
Yep.
Just stay here.
Yep, you can stay right there.
Haley's also in Santa Clara, California.
Hi, Haley. Welcome, guys. How was your week? You see all the new stuff we posted? I posted like 4 new things this weekend, or over this past week. So there's new stuff coming. We are going to post into July. I'll work on 2 more tomorrow, I think.
Okay,
So.
now Bethany says, both my son and I love Harry Potter. We're so excited. Will the video stay up? His bedtime is 8 p.m., so
Yes.
we'd like to finish this tomorrow.
Of course. That's exactly why we do this. You can get started with us tonight, and as soon as you guys are have had enough, you guys can close it out, and the video will be posted in the discussion as soon as we're done with it, so that you can go back to it tomorrow. And I think you can fast forward it. You can fast forward through it to where you left off, and then come back to it tomorrow. You can reserve your paints by putting a paint over top of the plate that you have, and set something heavy on top of it, like an inverted plate on top of it, and it will almost seal like the air out of it, so your paints will even be fine for tomorrow.
Okay, we've got Katrina Sorg from Toronto, Ontario.
Hi, Katrina.
We've got Katrina Travers from Maine.
Wow, it's you, Katrina.
All right. Chris says, any Slytherin in the virtual house?
You can put Slytherin in there somehow. Maybe he's peeking out of the wall.
Well, no, I'm Slytherin.
Marcus.
When we went to see the curses,
That's right.
When we went to
go see the play.
I already declared my love for Slytherin right
Marcus
there.
Slytherin. I think, what was I, a Hufflepuff?
Yes. Jody Golden says, I'm back, and this time I got a bigger canvas.
Yay.
All right. Tracy Brown says hello.
Hi, Tracy.
And then we've got Roshni.
Hi, Roshni.
She says she loves Harry Potter.
Hi. Aiden Mommy loves you. Because Alexa has to schedule our reminders.
Yes. I'm down with too.
We know.
I'm scared of the doctor.
We're excited for this one.
Right, Bethany says, yes, we are also from Maine.
Oh, neat.
And Supriya is back with us. Says, go Gryffindor.
Hi, Priya. Awesome.
And Christina says, by the way, Azalea
Azalea.
says, by the way, Harry Potter fans, J.K. Rowling has a new story, The Ichabod, and she's posting new chapters each day.
Ooh.
That's right. I saw that on the news.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
Yes, I saw that.
Thank you, Azalea.
Kay Snyderhand says Hufflepuff Pride. There you go.
What two glasses did I do? I did a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw? I think I did a Ravenclaw and a Slytherin. Let me see.
Yep. Katrina Sorg says Gryffindor.
Yes.
Tracy Brown says I'm a Hufflepuff.
Let's see. So we did.
Yeah, Jody says here comes the rain. It already started here.
So I also paint wine glasses. So here's a Ravenclaw.
Right.
And then here's a Slytherin for our Slytherin fan over there.
There you go. Yeah, you haven't painted any glasses in a while.
haven't. I usually do paint glasses, but we're doing canvas virtually.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about, though?
Much to the delight of everyone here.
I was thinking, though, we could try and we could probably do a light up bottle or something. That's something that everybody can sort of get their hands on. I don't know. I'll think of something just to be unique and different. And I don't know. Let's think of something else.
Sweta Moti is back from
Hi,
New Jersey.
Sweta. Welcome back.
All right, we're almost about ready to go.
All right.
Azalea says also the Ichabod has an illustration contest for 7 and 12. There is a chance it might get published in the book. That's
Neat,
nice.
Guys. So all you guys start working on that.
Anya says, love the wine glasses.
Thank you. Yes. So when we go out and do these things in person, we don't only do canvas work. We do wine glasses, and we do wine bottles that light up, and we do tote bags and wooden boards and trays and resin pours, acrylic pours. So we kind of are tiptoeing into the crafting area, but we love the acrylic pours and the resin pours. We can't wait to get back to doing things in person. But of course, we're all the way in New Jersey, so we're not going to make it to everybody. But one of these days, maybe we'll make a road trip around the country. Mimosas and Masterpieces really on a road.
So I would think that everybody's just about ready to start their weekend off by painting this wonderful painting that you got ready for us tonight.
Let's do it.
Everybody keep in mind that as we go along, we will be repeating the steps. This is going to take a while, so if you can't hang out with us for this, remember that you can always come back to the video, which will be posted right here in the discussion, right here on the Mimosas and Masterpieces page.
Yep. So, all right, we'll kind of get started. So, if you don't know me already and you're new to us, I am Jennifer, and Mark is behind the computer, doing your shout outs and giving me your directions or your feedback. We are Mimosas and Masterpieces out of South Bound Brook, New Jersey. Again, we would typically be doing these things in person, but we've gone virtual, and I think we will stay virtual for the very near future for sure. Even when we do get back to normal, I think we will plan to do this at least twice a month so that we can kind of reach all of our new followers and, just
friends.
Keep the love. Yeah, we always
we definitely
say,
have to keep doing this.
in our home, in
really
our studio, you come as a guest and you leave as a friend. And I have really, truly made so many friends over these last few months that, it's just kind of been the silver lining to all of this. So thank you. So let's go over what we've got. All right, so you have your canvas, 16 by 20 canvas we're using today. We're going to use a flat brush, so probably your 3/4 inch or 1 inch flat brush. You'll have a round brush for kind of filling in some areas. And then you'll have a detail brush, something a little bit smaller or finer for your details or your outlines in our canvas.
Okay.
You have a cup of water for rinsing your brushes, your paper towels to dry your brushes, and at least 1 plate for your paints. You may need 2 for mixing if you want to mix. I think I was going to sketch out, but I think, you know what? We may save a lot of time if we just dive in. I think we're just going to dive in.
Just gonna dive
I
in?
think we're just gonna dive in. Let's do it.
All right.
Feeling fun today. Okay. So let's get our paints together. So tonight we need red. We're gonna need all of our primary colors except blue. So red, yellow, white, black, and we will need brown tonight.
Red, yellow, white, black,
Brown.
and we need brown.
Yep.
Can they make brown if they don't have brown?
Hopefully they have brown. You can. It's just very tricky to make.
Really?
Yeah. Or you can make this is supposed to kind of simulate that brick wall. You can go to like a red color if you want to on that.
Okay.
You don't have to follow. Listen, I always say this. Your painting, my painting is not going to look like my painting. Your painting is not going to look like probably either of my paintings. We know they're going to resemble one another, but they're not going to be exact. There's no exact measurements in this. We are going to do some perspective work tonight, and I'll tell you what that's about if you don't know what that's about. That's kind of keeping all of your lines going at the same angle to the horizon. Long story short, we'll just keep all of our lines going the same direction at the right angle. I'll show you how to do that.
So now you're putting out the brown?
I'm still working on my paint, so yep. Now
And Katie says, what shade of brown?
I have burnt umber, but really any kind of brown because you can sort of mix and play with that. We just want brown for, so the brown is my wall, the brown is some of them my suitcase, my package, part of the bird cage. And again, you don't have to follow my instruction with the colors. You can make your colors whatever colors you want to.
Okay.
If you want a blue suitcase, you make a blue suitcase.
Okay.
Really, rascal? Right.
Now Roshni says she's Raven Puff.
Raven Puff.
Yes.
Raven Puff. Wait. Raven Puff. So wait, Hufflepuff and a Ravenclaw?
She says Raven Puff.
That's funny. Okay. I'm like, Ravenpuff, wait. Alright, so again, I've got white, red, brown, yellow, and black.
Okay.
And that should be all we need. We are going to do some mixing though. Oops. So I don't have blue in there tonight.
Yes.
But if you want blue to change up some of like your packages or something like that,
It's okay to use.
Yep.
Okay. And everybody, as we going along, don't worry. I'm going to make sure that she repeats the steps as you are, filling in and doing the different things that she asked you to do. We have a lot of upcoming events, so I'll be reading them off to you so you can understand and know what we're going to be doing throughout the month of June. Yep, we've got it all set up here for the month of June. All through June.
I will, the very first thing that I post for July, I promise, will be, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Because we're going to do Christmas in July.
Right.
So that's coming. But I've been painting the past 2 days, and we've got a bunch of stuff coming up. So, did you find it?
So you're going to do the Christmas hippo?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to do the Christmas hippo. I typed all those out for you.
Good.
I typed them all out because Mark makes notes on all of the pages.
Yes. I write on everything.
He even has who's who, like who's on whose account, so I love that. So thank you guys. Okay. Where do we start? Okay, I'm going to start with, let's kind of do a little bit of outlining and get some things on our canvas for guidelines, okay? So I'm going to start that with the medium round brush, not the detail brush, but the kind of medium one.
Yes.
We're going to rinse and dry. All right.
What was that? What was that you were drinking?
Some water.
Oh, awesome. That's my drink.
All right. So what we want to do is I want to do this sign first for Hogwarts Express.
Okay.
And then I also want to kind of create that wall to ground line, that diagonal in there.
Okay.
So my first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix kind of a brown color. So I'm going to take that brown that I have.
Yes.
We're going to do a scoop of that brown, a scoop of yellow, and a scoop of white. And just mix that in a small area on your plate.
A scoop of brown,
yellow and white. So it's going to be a lighter
mix
brown.
That up.
Yep.
It's going to make a lighter brown.
Lighter brown shade.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do here is the sign.
I just want to do the outline for the sign and get the kind of that angle on the canvas for our wall to floor or wall to wall to ground.
Platform.
Yes, just so that we kind of know where we're working with,
Okay.
what area we're working in. Actually, let's do that diagonal first. So with that brown color, and
Yes.
again, we're going to kind of paint over these, so don't stress too much about your color. We're going to come down about almost the length of your brush handle. Let's see. Yeah, that's almost the length of your brush handle. Okay?
Right there.
From the right side of your canvas, I'm just going to kind of put a little dot there.
All right.
And we're going to take that dot and we're going to connect it all the way down to this bottom corner over here.
Okay, so you're going to make that dot after measuring with your paintbrush.
Right.
And then you're going to make a line going all the way down?
So we want this diagonal to be as straight as we can.
Yes.
All the way down. And I know it's kind of difficult. If you have something that you want to
Like a
lean up
ruler.
against it, a ruler, another canvas, you can flip the canvas if you want, if you've got another canvas.
Okay, that's what you're going to do now.
So I'll sort of give myself a guide here. Ish.
Okay.
And it's probably easier to do this with the flat brush once we get going, but you can sort of just lean your brush handle up against the canvas
Okay.
and
And lightly
let your brush sort of hit the canvas there.
and make that line.
Right. So I got a little bit on that canvas, but that's all right. So you're not really painting that one per se. So this is kind of that wall, ground, or platform.
Okay.
And then with this same color, let's do the rectangle for Hogwarts Express. Okay, so
All
again,
right.
we don't have to fill this in too much. We're going to go back to this whole entire thing and fill that in.
Mhm.
I just want to get the sign in there, and again, just that angle in there for now.
Awesome.
Okay, so the rectangle in this case is exactly straight. It's not on an angle at all. It's just straight. So we're gonna come. Let's say we're gonna move over about 4 inches. And again, it can be anywhere on here if you want it. It just happens to be kind of up at the top of where that little portal is that they kind of enter through. So up around 4 inches over to the right, and about an inch, inch and a half down from the top. And we're going to do our first straight line, which is about 3 inches down, 4 inches.
Okay.
And we want to kind of just make this a longer rectangle. So this is probably about a 6 inch, 7 inch. And
So it's like in the center.
Yeah,
the
almost in the
top.
center. Almost in the center. If it's in the center, that's just fine. So we just want to create that rectangle. This is the space we'll use for that Hogwarts Express to put the red in there. But we'll go back and we're going to fill in our wall.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, you're going to have to fill all of those letters in there. Hogwarts
We
Express.
will. Yep. So let's get... Actually, maybe what we'll do is do the red first. So that's out of the way and dry, and then you can go back and do Hogwarts Express.
Okay.
It's a good idea. So when I paint, I'm kind of painting and moving and doing lots of things. So I don't always know what we're going to do until I do it with you.
Awesome.
So that's why it might sound like I jump around and change my mind a bit. I just want to figure out what's the best way for you guys to do it so it works well, it dries well, and you can paint over things.
Okay.
So we're rinsing and drying. Is everybody okay? If you need me to slow down or repeat, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, first of these steps is you made the dot up there on
Yep.
the right-hand
We
side.
just created this
And
angle.
you made that line all the way down to the corner. Then you came up and you made a rectangular box right up there, not too far from the
Yep.
line. And now you're going to paint it in with red.
Well, I'm going to mix a little bit of red. So the red that I have is very translucent. So if I paint this on here, it's going to look pink and you're going to be able to see right through it. So what I do is I take some red and I take a little bit of my yellow, not enough to make it orange, but just enough to kind of give it another hue.
Okay.
And it makes it so that you can't see through.
Can't see through the red?
So there's the difference in just the red and the red with yellow.
Jody Golden says, is it okay to do the canvas sideways?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, if you want to do it sideways, you can. So before we do all this, so I want to get that. Did I go too far over? Shucks, I think I did.
Did you?
I wanted to put this circle in here so that you don't fill that in.
Oh.
So it's all right. I'll go back over mine. So put that circle there in the center, or almost in the center.
Right, so there's a red circle you're going to use with your paintbrush. You're going to make the circle in the center.
It's supposed
Not
to be
like
in the
you
center. It's supposed to be in the center.
Right, but you made the line first, and that's why you realized you made the line.
And then we are going to fill in that rectangle with the red color that you just made.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if I could kind of fix my centering mistake when I get there. So
and
again,
you're gonna show them that you can fix it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So again, it is the red that I'm using with just a little bit of yellow in it. Not enough to make it orange, but just enough so that you can't actually see through the red anymore. It gives it a little bit of a darker shade to it.
Okay.
So you'll do that with any kind of paints that you can see through. You'll just kind of grab a shade of a paint that's like kind of next to it on the color wheel.
Uh-huh.
And that will help your paints either have some dimension or not. You won't be able to see through it as well as if you were just to use it straight. So again, we're just filling in with that red. Can everybody hear me okay so far? Or
Of
we
course,
should be good?
everybody can hear you. If they couldn't hear you, they would be telling you right away. You need to speak up.
We may lose the mic after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but let's see what we got.
Well, don't tell them that. Let them get through.
We will get through.
I'm sitting here watching very carefully and intently, so if anything happens, I'll just switch to the power.
All right. So again, I do want that circle to be in the center, so I may have to make my rectangle a little bit bigger than yours, just to sort of make that work.
Just in case anybody calls you and freezes our screen and makes everybody wonder, well, where did they go? They disappeared. No, if that happens, then I'll make sure that we take care of it, and we'll be right back up on the screen.
I have turned off all of the notifications.
You say that all the time, and somebody always calls you.
I know. I put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Everything's on silent. I don't know what could possibly make it through. I don't understand it.
We just need that
so crazy
order of my camera to come through the mail, and then we'll be fine.
Really? So once you guys are done getting your red in there, just kind of give us some thumbs up so we know you're ready to move on to the next step.
Okay, so now you're going to give them a chance to wait.
Yeah, we're going to
while they finish making their line.
Yep.
And then their rectangular box. And then they're going to make their circle with their red that they're going to put inside that box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while we're waiting for people to catch up so we can go on to the next step, we'll start reading off some of the upcoming events. Well, we got how many days we got left? Just two? 2 left in May?
In May, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Because tomorrow is Saturday, May the 30th at 1 p.m. is a special event. It's for Kaylee. And Kaylee's here with us tonight.
And Kaylee's mermaid tail.
And her mermaid tail is going to be featured tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to be doing a session doing this mermaid tail just for her. All right. And then Sunday is a special day. Okay, Sunday is going to be a 3 p.m. event that we're going to have a session, ice cream virtual paint. Ice cream Sunday is what I'm calling it. I'm going to make sure that we have ice cream. She's not going to have a drink in her hands. She's going to have an ice cream, maybe even an ice cream sundae. She's going to have to eat it because it's going to melt while she's painting.
How that's going to work out. But.
We're going to figure that out. All right, because Sunday is ice cream Sunday.
It is.
We would love, we would love for you to come and join us and eat ice cream and paint ice cream. That's why we're having a late start at 3 p.m. because we don't want to start y'all off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon eating ice cream.
Ice cream's good for anytime. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So
yeah,
1 o'clock somewhere. We want pictures of your favorite ice cream now. I'll post mine in the event when we're done tonight.
Your favorite ice cream?
Yep, I have a couple, but I have one that I really like most recently.
And you're gonna send me out. I'm gonna go get it for you, and we're gonna come back. And we're going to eat it while we're painting.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so that's going to be the end of May. That's going to round out May. Okay. Kaylee's Mermaid Tale, that's tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then Sunday at 3 p.m. is the Ice Cream Virtual Paint Ice Cream Sunday.
Yay.
All right, we can continue on. I've got people giving me thumbs up saying they're ready.
Awesome. Very good. Okay. So we're going to start on the top right corner and we're going to work down to the bottom left. So by doing so, what we want is, I want to get some red hue in there with my brown. So I'm going to start with a corner of my red and a corner of the dark brown. Not the brown that we mixed, the dark brown. So
Okay.
a corner of red and a corner of the dark brown.
Okay.
We want to go in a diagonal direction as much as we can to kind of keep the shape of that wall.
Okay, so
Okay.
that wall, you're going to be going in a diagonal direction with this.
So we're going to kind of blend on canvas. So we just kind of see how this looks. We need more brown, we will grab more brown. So there's red, we need more brown.
Okay.
All right. I want to take this dark brown to about the center of this wall, around here. So
your dark brown's going to go to the center of the wall.
yep,
From the
again,
corner.
right, from the corner. And again, I know we have to sort of give this kind of a little edge, but I do want you to keep going in a diagonal direction.
And what brush are you using
I
again?
apologize, I switched. My bad.
Oh, you switched to the flat
Switched.
brush.
Sorry, guys. So we're gonna switch to the flat brush.
Yeah, Azalea was noticing. She
Thank
was
you,
like, Wait,
Azalea.
what are
Sorry,
you using?
sweetie.
The flat brush?
I switched and I didn't tell you.
That's right.
So
It
switching.
happens.
So we're gonna start with just a corner of red and a corner of that brown. If there's too much red, then just grab some more brown, and we want to get that on the canvas in that
Okay.
diagonal brush stroke. Grab the edges of your canvas, edges, top. I know it's kind of tough to do this fast when there's something in your way.
Okay.
And you know, every time I do this, it comes out differently. So don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. Trust in our process, right? We just want a little bit of a red tone in that brown. Again, grab those edges, the tops of your canvas as we go. As you get along that bottom area, this line,
Yeah.
you can sort of smooth that out if you can. So I turn my brush, instead of using the flat end of the brush,
Yes.
I'm turning it this way to use the thinner end of the brush to get that smoothed out a bit.
Okay.
Again, I know it's tricky to get around the
What,
an,
the sign?
an object when you're going in a diagonal when it's going in a different direction.
Right.
So you just have to sort of edge it a little bit
And then
and
do
then
your
kind
strokes,
of pull away from it. Yeah. That's
just so
all.
you don't touch the.
Yeah, you don't want to go over it.
And you're only going to the center of it. On the top there.
Yeah, I'm going about this to the center of my canvas because we want to add some other color to it.
Okay. So far, you got everybody doing their brush strokes.
So again, I may have to kind of start going off on a horizontal. Once I get that area filled in, then I will go back over.
Go back to that vertical, like.
Right. So we want to see those brush strokes going horizontally. That helps create that movement of that direction and
Right.
keeps the structure of the wall looking like that.
Okay.
And then rinse and dry once you get that on there.
So once you got that whole area,
Once you got about halfway down your wall,
yes.
then you can rinse and dry.
Okay. And while we're waiting for everybody to get to that, we're going to start reading off the events that we have coming up for the month of June.
Okay.
Our first session for June will be the dragonfly painting on the 4th of June. That's Thursday at 7 p.m. So that'll be this coming Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this coming Thursday, the 4th of June at 7 p.m. we're doing the dragonfly painting. And then that Friday we're going to start the weekend off at 7 p.m. with the Rub-a-Dub-Dub Pup in a Tub.
He's back here.
The Rub-a-Dub Pup in a Tub.
Rub-a-dub.
He's right there. Yeah, he's up in the corner.
I wasn't sure if you could see it from the...
They can see it good. He's right there in the corner with the bubbles and everything all around. I think a lot of people are going to want to do that one.
Yeah, I know.
That's going to be our Friday. That's how we're going to start the weekend off next weekend. Friday, June 5th at 7 p.m. Then Saturday, we've got 1 p.m. start for our event, which is going to be Sal's Rainbow Tree.
That's on the
That's the one that's hiding behind the already done Harry Potter painting. You see it right there in the lower portion of the screen. Now you can see it when she moves the Harry Potter painting right there in the lower right-hand corner. That's going to be Sal's Rainbow Tree. We're going to be doing that at 1 p.m. Saturday, June 6th. Next Saturday, not this Saturday. Next Saturday, and we will round out Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, with the family fire truck. That's June 7th at 1 p.m. That's how we're going to round out, finish off the weekend. Is with the family fire truck. That's a painted forward
This one's
session.
cute, guys. Families, especially little boys. Get your sons
Right.
involved.
We're going to do both half and half. And then we have the little light that you can order, and we'll put, that we'll send you. You can put in the painting.
Yep. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, let's go back to our wall, guys. I think that should be enough time for you. Let us know if you're okay.
Yeah, everybody let me know if you're okay, if you're already caught up to the part of the wall that you've done.
All right. So the next thing we're going to do is go to, so we made that lighter tan. I do want a little bit darker than this. So instead of using this and mixing into this again, I'm just going to grab a corner of that brown.
Okay.
And a corner of yellow this time.
A corner of brown and a corner of yellow.
Yep. Now we're going to use this in a diagonal. Now we want to blend up into this red area that we did. You may have to keep going back to a corner of brown, a corner of yellow.
Yes.
And you just have to sort of blend on
Oh, okay.
canvas.
So you're going to pick up where we left off on the wall.
You're going to kind of go over it.
Are you going to bring it into the brown?
So we're bringing it up into that red color.
Okay.
That red-brown color that we had.
Well, what about your straight line?
So up here, again, we're going to have to probably do a straight line.
Okay.
To get it covered, and then go back over with the diagonal. Yep.
Okay, show them that again, please.
Again, so up here, I'll do it up here. So we'll have to probably go in like on a straight line to get that edge.
Right there at the top of your sign.
And then you can go back over it on a diagonal.
Carefully with your brush.
Right. So
and you're still using the big brush?
Still using that big flat brush, yep.
Okay. Now, Jules says, question.
Yep.
What was your biggest painting you've ever created?
Biggest painting?
Yeah, biggest painting you've created.
I mean, so I've done murals. So where I've done like entire seascapes, or I've done like walls, full walls of murals. So
like the one back here, right? That's covered right now.
That's probably the one that's taken me the longest. So behind us, I have, and there's probably pictures on the Mimosas page, a whole wall area of like some different alcohol bottles. Adults, sorry. But those probably took me about 18 to 20 hours to do. But that was probably the longest. I think the next longest was I painted anyone from Hillsborough, our like school. We did a lot of different murals for different other schools, and we painted like Hillsborough YMCA, and we had lots of mural paintings, which was cool. But as a personal mural, I did somebody's Harley Davidson on their wall.
Okay.
Things like that. But I mean, aside from like canvas work, I mean, I've done very small, not very small, but maybe half of the size canvas work that are very fine detail that it's taken me several days to do because
Okay.
it's lots of detail. But in teaching those kind of things, it's difficult with all of the detail to do. So this is what we do. I mean, this one's a lot of detail, guys. So
And it's still a lot more fun.
we've got we've got a lot to go.
All right, so let's
All
keep
right.
on moving.
All right, so I just did like maybe one, I don't know, like one swipe around with this color. I don't want to go too far with this dark color. I want to start lightening it up now.
Okay.
So now we'll go to that light brown that we created.
All right.
Okay, and do the same thing. So we're going to blend up into the darker.
Blend up into the darker with the
and
light brown.
Up into the darker area, yep. So we want this wall to get lighter as it comes closer to us. So it's
And
dark
how did they
here.
make this lighter brown again?
So this lighter brown, if you don't have any left, is a scoop of your brown, a scoop of yellow,
Mm-hmm.
and a scoop of white.
A scoop of brown, a scoop of yellow, and a scoop of white will
Yeah.
make another lighter shade of brown than you started off with.
Right,
And you want to blend that into the darker brown.
right. We just want to blend it up a little bit so that you don't see a hard line in between our shades.
Right.
That's all. So I'm doing a quick stroke across here, and then we are going to probably go to just adding white next. So let's get a little
Okay.
bit up here. Oh, there's still... Oh, there's still plastic on my canvas. What's up with that?
Oh, really?
Let's get this. Again, we have to do kind of a straight line here to get that angle in, and then just pull away from it in that same diagonal.
Right.
So you can just take the paint and pull it down. Take some of the paint and move it if you need to. If it's real heavy.
And we want everybody to know that when you finish your painting, we would very much appreciate it if you take a picture of it,
Yeah.
send it to us, so we can
Yeah.
put it in a gallery, so we can put it in a slideshow, and that slideshow will appear with this video.
Yep.
In this event,
In
so
the
they just got to go to
discussion.
the event in the discussion,
Right, in the discussion of the
and
event.
they'll see in the discussion they'll see the gallery of the slideshow.
Yep.
And they'll see the video of this
You'll
event.
see this video posted, and then you'll see our the slideshow. And then I also take all the photos and then I upload them onto a separate album for the event, so you can go back and see it slowly instead of them kind of scrolling.
Can they
by
go
you.
to the Mimosas and Masterpieces page and click on photos and find them there?
Right. So you'll go to Mimosas Masterpieces, Photos, Albums, See All, and then there's all of the events that we've ever done have a photo album to them.
Right.
All right, so once you've got that lighter color in there, I still haven't rinsed and dried my brush. I'm just going to grab white and start blending white up in there. So white up until it's...
Go all the way up, huh?
Well, we want to kind of get it in there so it's not such a hard change.
Okay.
And then
So
just...
you want to blend it in there and try to
Right.
fade it in there.
Yep, so you're sort of fading it in there and then pulling it all the way down to this corner.
Okay.
So again, just grab more white if you need to. You can keep going back to white and then just pulling it down all the way down to this corner.
Okay.
Again, if you want to try and get that straight angle, just flip your brush from this way to this way
Uh-huh.
and go along this straight line. So it's instead of this, flip it this way and use this angle.
Okay.
Okay. So let's grab some more white and keep filling in. We're going to do this all the way up. And again, if there's too much white here, you can just keep blending it in
Right.
until it's blended.
Well, you got everybody busy now tonight.
Good. Grab those edges when you get there. It helps your canvas or your painting feel like it's finished
Mm-hmm.
when you get to those edges. How was everybody's day? The weather was beautiful today, except now I think it's starting to storm here.
Yeah, it's raining outside now, it's storming
Is it?
outside. But it was a pretty nice day.
It's beautiful. Even I got to do a little bit of work outside today.
And you sent me out for work today.
I did.
And your son had a visitor today.
Yeah.
I made him very happy.
We are
It made them both very happy.
Yeah, we are slowly beginning to sort of allow some people back in, you know, one at a time, two at a time at the most.
Family.
Yeah, you know, and it's difficult. It's been a struggle for sure for many people.
And Kaylee said, yes, it rained all day here today.
Ah, yuck.
Yeah, it just started here where we are.
We had like a 5-minute shower, 10-minute shower. It was really funny. Aiden kept asking Alexa, what's the weather like? What's the weather like? What's the weather like? Is it going to rain today? That's what he kept saying. Is it going to rain today? Because I kept telling him his...
See, now when you say her name, you got to forget that you do have one down here, and now it's telling you the weather.
There's a severe thunderstorm watch for that area until Friday, May 29th, 9 p.m.
There you go. So he kept asking it, is it going to rain today? And she said, at one point, she said, it's going to rain, and it will start raining in 5 minutes, and it will last 10 minutes. So then he had to keep checking. Is it going to rain? Is it going to rain today? And it would say, it's going to rain within 5 minutes. And then within 5 minutes, she said, it's going to rain right now. Or it's raining right now. And it did last only about 10 minutes. I'm like, that's crazy. Crazy. Oh.
He loved every minute of it.
Yeah. But as soon as it was over, he's like, she can come now because it stopped raining. All right. Just if your paint feels like it's thick at this point on your canvas and it's hard to move it, you can always grab a touch of water, just a little bit.
Just a little bit of water?
And it helps sort of move that paint that might start feeling sticky or thick.
Okay.
And it helps fill in all those little tiny gaps that are poking through or peeking through of your canvas.
Uh-huh.
So every once in a while I need to do that because I have very thick brown. And that sometimes gets a little tricky. All right. So if you need to go back, it looks like I added, just watch where I'm stepping. So I've got lots of white in here. I think I'm going to go back and grab some yellow.
Yeah. Got
some yellow in there that I didn't put in. So you're going to do the same thing, just a couple of lines of yellow, and then just blend it in.
Just a couple of lines of yellow on that
just
thick
a little
brush,
at a time. Yep.
And then just, just blend it in with everything.
Correct. Yeah.
Right there in the light part.
Right. I'm kind of going in the lighter area, but yeah, I have lots of yellow in this that I don't have in here. So, I mean, it's okay if you don't want it in there.
Spread it around.
Yeah, we just want some dimension, some other color in there.
Okay.
Maybe a little tiny bit up here. And blends really good.
Yeah, Jody says you should get him a weather app.
Oh my gosh, he's obsessed with anything like specific. He's very OCD, so he needs
very specific instructions or he's not going to even participate.
He asked if his friend could stay a little bit longer. And we said, yeah, we still had a little bit of time, a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But how much?
How many minutes exactly?
Like 20 minutes. But can it be longer? No, 20 minutes. And then he said, can it be just a little bit longer? He must have said that for like 2 minutes. So then we said 18 minutes. And he was like, okay, fine. And then he finally walked away. So rinse and dry that brush once you've got that yellow and your white blended in there. And then again, give us kind of a thumbs up or a heads up that you're ready to go.
All right. Jules says the weather where I live was pretty good.
Yeah, it was nice here.
Yeah, it's as long as it's warm.
Yeah.
Not cold.
Listen, it's coming. Summer is coming. It was pretty hot out, actually.
Yeah, it was. All I know is I'm still recovering from last week's doubleheader weekend. It was rough. We did 2 sessions each day. I was still feeling it on last Wednesday. I was still tired, still feeling it.
It was a long weekend. We had 6 paintings. So we also do private Zoom parties. So even though we are doing free to the public, we do private Zoom parties for a small fee, so that you can, if you have a birthday party or if you have friends or you have a work group that you want to get together with and you don't want to be involved with everybody else and you want to see each other's stuff, we'll do a private Zoom event for you. So we're also doing those in between some of these things. So
right.
So that's what sometimes happens too that we're
The other day
Yeah.
we did a group of people from Brussels, Belgium.
yes.
And we were up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was 4 o'clock where they were.
That
And
was
we were
awesome.
doing it for them, and they enjoyed every minute of
It
it,
was
and we
great.
did too. So
We did. Yes.
it was fun.
So again, just kind of give us an okay when you're ready.
Yep, I've got 2 okays, 3 okays.
Okay. Very
The
good.
usual suspects.
The usual.
Yes, Supriya.
Our usual painters.
Yep, Azalea's ready.
Yay!
Jules is ready.
Oh my goodness.
We'll give it just a few more
Yeah, a few more
seconds for
minutes.
other people to,
Awesome.
get their bearings.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of go from this side to this side and this side to this side until certain things dry, and then we can go back to it. So
Awesome.
that's why it seems like we might be skipping around a little bit.
Well, it's all right.
We've got
I'll just run off a couple of more events just for a second,
okay.
because Andy's ready. Well,
Okay.
actually, it's Haley. Haley is ready. Okay, so the last thing I left off with was Sunday, June 7th, was the family fire truck. That's a painted forward event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we come back again on Tuesday, June 9th at 7 p.m. So that's in the middle of the week.
Yep.
That's a special painting.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that painting is Anya's paint palette.
Yay.
Okay, Anya suggested this.
Many times.
Yes, and I finally got her to paint it.
And we had to do it for her.
Yes, and we named it after her.
It's Anya's paint palette. So we left lots of space up here so that when it's all dry, you guys can go back in with either a Sharpie, or if you want to paint it, you can write whatever, Anya's room or Anya's art studio or whatever you want to put on it. Or maybe this is an awesome gift for your art teacher. Oh my gosh, how neat would that be?
Awesome. And I got to make a correction.
Okay.
Jules is actually Charlotte.
Oh, sorry. There you
All right,
go.
I won't make
Thanks,
that mistake
Charlotte.
again. I got it.
Mark
Yes.
likes to make sure he's got everybody correct. Thank you.
Yes. And then, all right, so that's going to be Tuesday, June the 9th at 7 p.m. If
Yep.
you can't make it and you want to do the paint palette, Anya's paint palette, then you just pick up the video
Yep.
after we post it on the site.
Exactly.
All
It'll be
right. All right, so you want to continue on? Everybody's ready to
think
rock and
so.
roll.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we are going to switch. So after you've rinsed and dried that brush, I want you to put that brush down.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to this smaller brush.
Back to the smaller brush.
Yep. So the next thing we're going to do is actually the large suitcase on here. So that's this guy, this big
Okay.
suitcase.
Okay.
So lots of step-by-step instructions on this. So the first thing we want to do is create our suitcase color. So you choose whatever color you want to do.
All right.
I'm going to kind of stick with this light brown color that we were using.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add just a little bit more yellow to it just to change it so it's not the exact same color of my wall. We'll lighten it up a little bit. Maybe a little white in there.
All right, so you're making a lighter, even lighter brown.
Yeah, I just kind of want it to be a little different than our wall color. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Which brush again?
Again, it's that middle, we're going to switch to that
The smaller
round
brush, right?
Yeah, not your fine detail brush, but the middle one.
Not the fine detail brush. You told
Right.
me they should have 3 brushes, right?
Yep,
So the one in the middle.
right. Yep, it's the one that we made this line with and your sign with.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. So, we're going to sort of play connect the dots again. Ish. Yours may not be in exactly the same place as mine, but we're going to work on it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to try and line up is almost with the center of our circle. We're going to come down to where the wall and the ground meet, and the first dot's going there.
Okay. Say
Okay.
that again, please.
Okay, so I'm coming down from about the center of my circle.
Yes.
I'm going to put the first dot there,
Okay.
where our ground and our wall meet.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to create a straight line down from that. That's about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches big. This
Okay.
is the left side of our suitcase here.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty big.
And then we're going to create a straight horizontal line now We want to make a straight rectangle right now.
All right.
Straight rectangle. I'm coming out about maybe 5-6 inches, maybe 5 inches. About the size of just your brush handle.
About the size of your brush handle.
About the width of your brush handle, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, again, all the little sides and edges and details we can fix later. If it doesn't look like it's exactly straight, don't worry too much.
If it's not exactly straight, it's okay.
Yep. So
Okay.
first is this rectangle,
Yes.
and we're going to fill it in.
Oh, all right. So you make your rectangle and then you fill it in.
Yeah, that's the first part. So again, we talked about we are going to use perspective today. So perspective is where all angular lines meet at a certain point. So it's kind of hard for me to explain all of this quickly, but so all of these diagonal lines, all at some point, will all meet somewhere at our horizon, somewhere far off in the distance.
Okay.
So we want every line that's coming from anything else on an angle to go in that direction. It will all meet to a point. So this angle probably should be the same as this one, but we moved it over just a little bit so that you can see the difference.
All right.
But we do want to create an angle up. So about, I will follow that same angle so that it goes right along your wall. Maybe let's make that about the length of the metal part of your brush.
Okay.
Okay, so that's about 2 inches, maybe a little bit longer.
And Switha says, could you please
Slow it down.
slower? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so again, we did a rectangle and filled that in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was kind of dropping down about the center of where our circle is from Hogwarts Express down here.
Right. So you went about from the front of the circle, and you went all the way down, and you put a dot.
Yep.
And that's where you wanted to start your suitcase.
Right.
Okay. And then you made from that dot, you went out into a straight downward line that was like maybe 2 inches, maybe an inch and a half.
Again, it's probably about the height of that metal area on your brush.
All right.
Okay.
And then you went across.
Yep. Again, that's
And
probably
you made you a rectangle.
That's the width of the length of the wooden part or the plastic part of your brush.
All right.
So it's about that far. So these are straight lines, straight horizontal, straight verticals for
Right.
this rectangle.
Right.
Okay. Now these are going to be, we want these going in the same direction, same diagonal.
Right.
Okay, these are about the length of that metal area on your brush.
The length of the metal area on your brush.
Okay, and we need this one down here, even though we're probably going to cover it up, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is a straight line across. Straight across.
Okay.
And this is then a straight down. So that is your suitcase.
Let them see that for a minute.
Yeah. So we did on a diagonal up. Again, these angles are all in the same direction.
Yeah.
All the same angle.
Think I can.
I don't know. Don't hit finish.
I'm not going to hit finish. But I'm going to try to zoom in for them.
Yeah, if you want to just zoom into this now, you can do that, I think.
I
Did it
just
work?
did it. Yeah.
All right, then let's try that.
Take a look at this here.
So it's a little more up close.
Yep. Now I'm going to wait and see how it looks. Here it comes. I bring it down. I can't wait to get my new camera. And then we zoom in a little bit more. All right, so now all they see is the canvas and your hand strokes. All right, while you
Again.
make this box for them.
Again, we have 1, 2, 3 angles, and then we connected them with horizontal and vertical lines.
Yeah, we've got Tanya Harold Grace checking in,
Hi, Tanya.
saying I'll have to catch the replay. Wes and I will paint tomorrow.
Okay.
No problem. We'll post it tomorrow.
Very
we'll
good.
post it tonight as soon as
Yeah.
we finish.
Yep.
It'll be right here on this
We will
page.
post.
And you come and join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. for Kaylee's Mermaid Tale. You can do that instead of doing this one. You can do this one later. All right, so
Okay.
we're going to continue.
So we're gonna fill in this area over here, this diamond shape that you made.
Right.
Fill that guy in. And then I'm gonna grab same brush. I'm just gonna take a little bit of white and fill the top in. You can give
A
some
little bit of white.
Yep, give some pressure to this brush so you can get that brown off of the brush, and you're sort of blending some of that white in. We want the top to be just a little bit lighter than the sides.
Right.
Okay.
So Priya said, oops, I was supposed to fill it in?
Now we are, yep.
Yes, we
It's
can
okay,
fill it
we'll
in
fill
now.
it in now. That's all. So filling that area in.
Okay.
I have
So
to
you just added a little white for the top.
So I just, after I filled in this area, I just grabbed a little bit of white from my white with the same brush. I didn't rinse this. Same, just a little bit of white, and just use some pressure, get that brown off of the brush with the white so that you can just make a lighter version of white.
Okay.
Instead of mixing another color for that. That's all. That's what that's about.
All right.
And now you can rinse and dry this brush.
Now we can rinse and dry.
Yep.
If you're finished making your box or your suitcase, the beginning of your suitcase, then you just rinse and dry your brush, and then we'll be ready to start with the rest.
Yeah, again, I said we're going to kind of jump. We're going to move from down here to up here, down here to up here. So the next thing I want to do while we can is fill this in with our white. So just grab some white to start. We're just filling in that circle.
And you're fixing that mistake that you made?
Fixing that little mistake that I made.
Can they see that now that you fixed that mistake?
Hopefully, let's see.
That little red dot is gone. But that's because it dried?
Yeah, it dried. So once your paint dries, you can always paint right over it, just like that.
Okay.
Okay. So I do want to grab, so there's a little bit of gray in there. So I don't want to take a ton of gray or a ton of black. I just want to take the tip, very tip, little tiny bit of black, and just wipe this
Excuse me.
in the lower left corner of that circle.
Okay, see now, it's not Supriya, it's Supriya's daughter, Kimaya.
Hi, Kamaya. I like that name.
And now that I have it, I won't
He's
forget.
writing it down. Okay, so we just want a little bit of a darker, a little shadow over here. So we just grabbed a tiny bit of black and just wiped it down here.
A tiny bit of black?
Tiny bit of black to make it a little bit gray up here.
That's a real tiny bit
I
of
know.
black because I can barely see it.
Well, you know.
Okay, I gotta
Okay.
draw it back.
Oh, you can't see that?
Yeah, because they couldn't see that so well.
Oh, okay. Again, so
But
I
I'm going to keep it close.
Yep, so I just grabbed a tiny bit of black and wiped it right down here in my white circle.
I see. Tiny little black.
Yep. And then you can rinse and dry this brush.
Oh, okay, so then they can rinse and dry that brush. You had to fill in the circle with white.
Right.
And you added a tiny bit of black to add that little grayish
Correct.
tone.
All right, it's time to swap again. We're going to go back to the
You're
flat
going to go
brush.
back to the flat brush?
Yep. I don't know how close you are. Flat brush. Yep. So you're rinsing and drying this guy, putting in down, going back to this flat brush.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to work on the ground area. Okay. This is that cement platform that we got going on. So it's gray. So let's start with, it's mostly white. So if you need another plate to mix, you can definitely grab another plate to mix.
All right, so if you need another plate to mix, then you can grab another plate so you can mix this.
Yeah, I mean, I like to mix all on the same plate. Sometimes I need a second, but all right. So I grabbed a scoop of my white, and I'm going to grab just a little of that black to start.
A scoop of white.
Scoop of white.
Just a little bit of black.
Yep.
To make this grayish kind of.
Right. We're going to play with a lot of different grays tonight, but for now we just want a lighter gray to kind of get the platform covered, and then we'll go back over with some shadows.
Okay.
Or some shading. Okay, so we just want a light gray, and I want you again to fill in this entire area on that diagonal brush stroke.
Okay.
And if you do, we know you need to kind of go along the edge and then kind of pull away from it in that diagonal direction.
Right.
Right.
Can you do that slowly so they can see how you go along the edge?
So yep, what I do is I go right along the outside edge, and again, instead of using the flat end of my brush,
Yeah.
I'm turning my brush sideways and just running up alongside my item, my object.
Okay.
Okay, same thing down here. We're going to kind of go right alongside the object like this. So it's straight. And then you can sort of pull away in that diagonal direction.
Yeah, do that nice and slow so they can
Yeah,
see.
let's
'cause
go
I
right
got it
along.
Zoomed in on.
Okay, let me go right along. Alright, so right along your wall, instead of using the flat side of your brush,
Yes.
I want you to turn it sideways like this.
Okay.
So that you're putting your bristles down so they line up right against that wall.
Right.
And then I want you to press down and pull that all the way down your canvas.
Okay.
And then you can use that diagonal brush stroke, flip back to going the flat way, diagonal brush
Yeah, I
stroke
think they
to
can see that
fill
real
that
good
in.
now.
Good. All right.
They just see your hand and the brush.
Good. Okay, again, we're going to fill this all in with gray, this whole thing, and then we'll go back to add in some shadows.
Okay.
Okay? You can't see me, right? So I have an itchy nose.
Yeah, I had to zoom in. I've been
That's
wanting my
fine.
camera so bad.
I know. No, that's great that we can do that. That's fabulous. You don't need to see
Yeah, I
me.
just don't like to touch the phone too much. You
I know,
I don't
we
want
never
to take
know.
too many chances. Disconnect us.
But just know, if that ever happens that we somehow get disconnected, we will get back to you on the live. Don't worry. It may be in 2 parts, but we will get back to it. Don't worry. We'll never, ever leave you hanging.
Now, Rebecca says paint the whole ground this color?
Yes, the whole ground is going to be this light gray color.
And you're going to use these strokes in this diagonal.
Right. Just like we filled in this area with the diagonal, use that same diagonal down here.
Except when you get around your suitcase.
Well, when you get around the suitcase, you can use that straight, and then you'll pull in the diagonal direction from it.
Right.
Or away from it, whatever the case may be. But yes, you're going to fill that wall in.
And we're going to fill this all in with that color that you just mixed.
Yep.
That grayish color.
Yep. Again, yep. If you get next to your item,
Yeah, I'll leave it I'll leave it zoomed in on your hand
that's
so
fine.
they can see how you do this because you got the fast hand movements.
I know. I got to mix a little bit more. I should have had you mix a little bit more. Sorry, guys. It's okay if it's not the exact same shade. Don't worry. It's okay.
And
Just
it's all right if
blend.
it's all right if you pick it up a little bit, pick up the pace a little bit because we know we're going to run out of power or we're going to run out of sound or something.
But don't worry. It's just that the mic has to be
It has to
plugged
be
in.
changed.
The mic has to be plugged into our power jack.
Right.
So it's either the mic or the power.
Right.
So we're going to give you the mic so you can hear me so I don't have to yell.
Until we get an alert that the power is almost out, and then I'm going to have to switch it,
And then we'll switch.
she's going to have to yell.
And then I'll yell. I don't like yelling, so. Again, we're just
But if we go out, don't worry.
Yeah.
We will keep,
Yeah.
we will
It's
get
only
everything
happened,
back up
it's
and
happened
running.
once or twice, I think, in all the dozens of times that I feel like
Twice.
we've done this. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and that was like an anomaly.
And instead of the video coming out and being one video, it'll be two parts.
Yep. That's all. Again, yep, you're just going to go along those edges and then just pull away in that
And you're going to finish
diagonal.
painting your ground, your
Yep.
platform with the suitcase on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you did the same thing for the top part of the suitcase. You did the little line.
Yep, go straight
And now
across
you're
that
gonna-
line, and now we're pulling
Now
away
you're pulling it away in the
in that
diagonal.
diagonal. Yep, exactly.
And we're zoomed in on this so they can see it very well.
Good. Carry that paint off of there. And yes, just keep grabbing that gray. Grab that gray right along the edge. Again, turn that brush to get it along that angle. Nice straight line if you can. And then fill it in. Grab those edge or the sides of your canvas if you remember.
Right.
Again, if it gets too sticky or too thick
Right.
and your paint's not moving,
Yeah.
just grab a tiny bit of water. If you grab too much, you're just going to have drips down your canvas.
Right. So just a tiny bit of water.
Tiny bit of water at a time.
That's if the paint is like
If it's
having
not
difficulty moving across the.
if it's not moving,
You
and
can
it's-
feel it, right?
yeah, it started like your brush sort of sticks to the canvas, like it's drying out. So
Okay.
sometimes you got to just
Dip a little water in
dip a
it.
tiny bit of water and get back to it. So we're gonna just rinse and dry when you're done covering the background for the ground for right now.
All right. They're gonna rinse and dry their thick
Yep.
their thick flat brush.
Right. You're going to rinse and dry that flat brush when you've got all of the gray, and then you guys give us kind of a thumbs up again when you're ready to go.
All right. And we'll continue on with the upcoming events for the month of June.
Yes.
Okay, now the last thing I mentioned was Anya's Paint Palette, which is on
Yes.
Tuesday, June the 9th at 7 p.m. Now, after that, Tuesday, Jennifer's going away. Right. She's going to be gone for a little while, and she'll return the following week, which is Wednesday, June the 17th. That's when we'll be back. So remember, Tuesday, June 9th is the last painting that we're going to be doing while Jennifer goes on her little
Is it?
vacation.
I feel like they
All right,
did
she's going
more,
to take a
but
break.
I'm going to take a little break.
Yes, and then she'll be back that Wednesday on the 17th at 6 p.m. What we will be doing is something new. Olive's Elephant.
Oh.
6 p.m., June the 17th.
How zoomed are you? I don't
We're
know
going to
if
be
you can see
doing
this.
Olive's Elephant. There it is. We'll be doing that Wednesday, June 17th, when Jennifer returns from her sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
Yes, you're going to take a break. A much needed, deserved
A
break.
much needed deserved break.
Now, there's going to be, see, you know how Jennifer does. She's going to come back and we're going to have
Back
a
to
blast
back.
out weekend, okay? So that means Wednesday she's going to come back and start early on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. And instead of taking the day off the next day, no, we're going to have another painting on Thursday, the 18th of June at 7 p.m. The Mask Squad. That's a Zoom donation event.
Right. So in order to, I don't know how zoomed in you are, if they could see this or not, but.
Oh, yeah, I'm too zoomed in. Hold up, let me back up for you.
Sorry.
It's really in there. I got to...
Yeah, so I don't know if they saw the elephant or not, but. So again.
No, I think they saw the elephant.
Oh, okay. So if you didn't, this is elephant.
I was looking at the elephant.
Olive's elephant, and then this is the Mask Squad. So what you'll do is you will make a donation to the Mask Squad. All of the details are on the event.
Right.
Once your donation's made, email us or message us on Messenger with your email so that we can send you the Zoom link for the event. So we do request a $10 donation be made to the Mask Squad in order to be a part of the event. We will
Alright.
also send you the template to pre-sketch before we do the painting, so that we're not going to take 5 hours to do it.
Right. And that's June 18th, Thursday at 7 p.m. And then we're gonna we'll talk about the weekend.
When we get back, I think.
Yeah, when we get back, when we have another break in the we have another break in the
session here.
Okay, because Rhea says she's ready.
All right, we got a couple more ready to go. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is, after you've rinsed and dried that flat brush, I'm gonna take a tiny bit of my black. I just want just the tip of my brush to have a little bit of that black on there at a time.
Okay.
Because a little bit of black goes a long way, so it gets dark really fast. Okay? So I want to wipe this at the top area up here for just a darker area. And if there's not enough, we can always just grab a little bit more. It's easier to add more than it is to take it away. So a little bit of black, and we're just going to blend it in.
Okay, so now Rhea says, look, my entire room is filled with Harry Potter posters and decorations.
Aww. I love my Harry Potter fans. We did a whole Harry Potter event last year.
Was that for Mimosas and Masterpieces when we did that?
Yeah, because we painted glasses and we painted the owl.
That's right. So that's on the Mimosas and Masterpieces page, right?
No, can you believe? You know why?
Why?
Because I had a photographer take the photos for the event. So I never made
You never made a
I never
slideshow
made an
or
album
nothing?
for it.
But I saw
There's
Harry
some.
Potter
There's some, but
I
there's
saw
not a lot.
photos from the Harry Potter event that you made.
I know, I'm telling you, there's not a lot on there. Because I didn't create a separate album. Because I had the photographer take pictures for that event.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I mean, I can get them because I'm friends with the photographer, luckily. All right, so again, we did a little bit of black up here.
Yeah, Rhea would have loved to see those pictures.
Yeah, it was fun. I actually had, I designed and made a Harry Potter Quidditch Pong game so that we did a Pong.
That's not on the page?
It's on
gotta
the
be.
event. It's on the event.
Right, so the event is inside the Mimosas and Masterpieces
Right.
page, so they can just go search for it,
Yeah, you can.
and then they can find the Harry Potter stuff that we did that day.
Can. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to get back to my black.
I'm sorry.
All right. We want to do a little bit over here and a little bit under here and under our box or under our suitcase, which is what it will be.
And this is black?
This is with the black. We just want to lightly touch and blend as we go. And then same thing up here. So this is kind of like the shadow of that cart. Again, we're using that same diagonal direction.
And you're doing it lightly.
I started lightly just to sort of get it blended in there so I didn't put a ton of black on my canvas.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Because you like fanning it.
Yeah. Barely. I kind of want to like lightly get it on the canvas instead of having a ton of black on there like this.
Okay.
Okay. And then yeah, you can bring that out a little bit. If you put more pressure on your brush as you paint, you'll get more of that black coming out of there. So you can add a couple more strokes of that black in there. It's just what's on my brush, but we want the black or the shadow to be kind of concentrated in this area where the cart will be.
Now Azalea says, my birthday is June 13th.
Aww.
Could you do a Rick Riordan painting?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
You send me a private message with what that might be.
A Rick Riordan painting.
And I'll see what I can do.
Absolutely.
We have a long list of
we do.
Of requests, and I've been trying to knock them out, guys. I really am.
We ask and you deliver.
I'm trying.
And I mean, we got all kinds of requests.
We do.
From German Shepherds to koalas to Stitch.
I still have banana in my mind. I didn't put that in that list, but somebody asked for bananas one day.
The Father's Day, dad and girl, dad and daughter fishing.
That's on my. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, so I can post that
What
for
is it?
Father's Day.
A koi fish?
A koi is a big goldfish.
Never heard of that before.
Like a Japanese goldfish. I know.
Oh, okay. A Rick Riordan painting. It is Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson author. He's the author of Percy Jackson.
I don't know that
I don't either.
Sorry. I probably should know if I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I fully
Just
admit.
saying, his books are awesome.
Full disclosure, I didn't read any one of the Harry Potter books. I only watched the movies. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So
Okay.
I probably am not a true Harry Potter fan if I haven't read the books.
Yeah, I'm the book reader.
I am a terrible reader. I mean, I know how to read. I'm a writer. I can write until the cows come home. I'm not a reader. I'm a slow reader.
I'm a reader. I can read until the cows come home.
He
but
reads to me and then I fall asleep.
But I only read true stories and true things. I don't read fiction.
What are you talking about? You read comics.
That's not the same as reading a book. I get a release from the comic books, but the books I read, I'm always educating myself. I'm always reading stuff that is about educating
That was funny.
myself.
I only read true stuff.
Yeah,
And we
I
have
only read true life
bins of
stories if
comics
I
in
read a
our
story. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I think the next thing we're gonna do is create. Let's do our cart. I guess. Let's do that next. All right. Again, we're gonna kind of work with a gray color, so you can use this gray that we use for the background. Just to add a little bit more black to that to make it a little bit darker. Just start. I know there's lots of details in this painting, guys, so bear with me. I know it's a lot tonight. Again, I'm sorry. I apologize. Swap back to this, the medium brush.
Yes.
Rinse and dry that flat brush. I went back to the medium brush.
Back to the medium brush.
Back to the medium brush. Okay, we want to create just a darker gray. And we're going to create a highlight too, but for now, just a darker gray for the bottom of the cart. So I want to extend, so I'm putting a little bit of pressure down on my brush.
Yes.
And we're going to do a straight line all the way across the bottom. Yeah, you want to zoom?
Yeah, I want to zoom in on this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm putting some pressure down with this brush, and I'm just moving it straight in a horizontal line right.
Yes, we switched the brush.
Yes, switch the brush straight across the bottom of that box.
Straight across the bottom you did that with your...
Right. We're gonna come straight up on this angle with that gray as well.
But you made this gray color darker.
I made the gray color darker. So the gray that we used for the ground, I just added a little bit more black to it to make it a little darker.
Okay, so you just add a little bit more black to the gray that you used to make the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
I want you to rinse and dry this brush so that we can get it back to a point. Or if you want to switch to your finer brush,
Yes.
you can switch to your finer brush right now, okay?
All right.
So rinse and dry this brush.
Rinse and dry that brush that you just made the line with.
Yep, so what we did was, again, we made a darker gray. We came all the way across the bottom of this box
Yes.
and up on this angle,
Yes.
and then we're rinsing and drying.
Rinsing and drying.
So you can use this once you get it back to a fine point,
Yes.
or you can swap to a finer detail brush where you have something a little bit smaller, like this one. Rinse and dry the finer brush if you switch. So this is a little bit smaller.
Okay.
This is what I was using. This is a little bit smaller. I want some finer lines. So we're going to do the rails of the cart, the handle of the cart.
Okay.
Okay. Same gray color that we're using right now.
Same gray color that you just mixed.
Same gray color, yep. Again, we'll add some highlights to it when we
You're
get
using
there.
a finer brush now.
I'm switching to the finer brush. Okay, so from each of these corners,
Yes.
I want to come straight up, not on an angle. We're going straight up now, full vertical. I want this about as tall, maybe not quite as tall as your brush handle.
Not as tall as the brush handle.
Not quite as tall as the brush handle. Let's see. Sorry, I'm stepping in. Yeah, not quite as tall as the brush handle. Almost. Okay, straight line there and down. So again, this straight line is connecting to this angular area here. Now we're going to move over and do another straight line up here. Again, this is totally vertical.
Right.
Same height, just not quite as tall as that brush. It's hard. I know it's hard to see the.
No, I've got you zoomed in.
Okay, I was gonna say I know it's probably kind of tough to see that
Once
color.
you move your hand, they'll see it.
Okay.
That's your gray color that you just
Yes,
made.
that's that darker gray color.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but now
I
that
know.
it's zoomed in, they can see it.
Good. Okay, 2 vertical lines. Again, these are going to be. This one is slightly taller than this one because we want them to be the same height because we're moving up. It's the same height.
Right.
Okay, and then I want to do another little diagonal line. So I'm not connecting anything. It's almost like I'm crossing this T on the right vertical.
But it's not connected?
It's so hard to see that gray. Can you see that?
No, I can't see it from here with my eyes, but I'm looking
Alright.
at your hand.
I'm gonna do it in white. We're gonna go back over it with white anyway, so forget it. I'll just do it in white.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it on the screen.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back over with white and then I'll just do the others later.
All right.
So again, we have the 2 verticals, 1 and 2. If you're having a hard time with keeping straight, I always call this the pencil grip, pinky to stabilize. So hold your brush
And
like a pencil on
and
the
use your pinky to put up against the
right, so that you're kind of resting
painting
your
so that
pinky.
you can stabilize your hand.
Right. So I want to cross this right one with an angle.
Yes.
This is the same diagonal that we've been using throughout. This same diagonal.
Right.
Same diagonal. Okay.
Okay. And now you're using the white, so
I'm
so
using
they
the
can
white.
see you make these
You know what,
rails on these on this.
Yeah, I mean, technically you can go to white if you want to switch to white because we're going to just add white to it anyway later.
Right.
Okay. Now I want you to create upside down J's or like candy canes for this. So I'm going from this handle, this diagonal line here.
Yes.
We're doing a J here, or upside down J here
An
with a candy
upside down
cane,
J.
or candy cane shape,
Right.
hook shape, and this side we're going to match up to this one. See that?
So you're making the handlebars on your
Correct. So this is our bar, our
on your
handlebar,
cart.
These these vertical lines are the verticals for the cart edges.
Okay.
Now we want to make a couple more angular lines. So there's one more here, like near our suitcase. So again, we want to use that same angle.
Okay.
I'm going to come up here and do another angle. Should be that same angle. We're going to create a little basket up here. If I'm moving too fast, guys, slow me down.
Basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Feel like
you're
too
getting
many
into
steps.
details, yeah.
Too many steps at one time.
Yeah, let them make their handles.
You guys can make this in gray, in the black, in the white. It's up to you, because we're going to go back over and do either highlights or shadows on it.
Okay.
Or outline it if you want to outline it.
All right.
Okay, so again, we did now our verticals. We did this angle up here, which kind of crossed this right vertical. And then we added candy cane shapes, the top of our candy cane, to connect the handle to the verticals.
All right.
Okay, and then I just wanted to add a couple more of these angles on the back of our cart. So there's one down here near the suitcase, and then there's going to be two up here. So it doesn't matter exactly where it is, but 1, 2, we can kind of play around with that a little bit if we need to. There is a little crate or a little, I don't know, a basket that's on here. So this is the basket area. So there's 2 diagonals here for the basket area.
Uh-huh.
I want to come out just a little bit from the left vertical. We're going to come out about 1/2 inch. And this will be straight. So it's a straight horizontal, straight vertical. We're making just a box just to connect to the side of that basket. Okay, let me go over that again after our angles or from our angles.
Yes.
We're doing a little box off to the left side, straight horizontal, straight vertical.
Okay. And this is a basket you're making?
This is a basket. We're
Okay.
gonna fill in the box that's in the basket.
Okay.
Okay, so rinse and dry once you get that, the back of the basket and the side of the basket on there.
Yeah, Kamaya says, please, can you slow down?
Yes, no problem.
Yeah, you're getting into a lot of
Lots
details.
of details, exactly. Yep, no problem. Do you guys need me to repeat anything?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's go back down to the verticals. So verticals, vertical left from the bottom corner, up vertical. This again is just a little bit shorter than your brush handle.
Right, using the gray that you had made lighter.
I did.
Or you made darker.
I made a darker gray. And then we did another one at almost the end of our vertical from the bottom.
Right.
Use this. Okay.
And you brought it up.
So we came up again. It's a little bit shorter than our brush handle length.
Right.
We did a diagonal up here across just the right vertical.
Across the right vertical, right. That do that line again.
Right. So we just did this diagonal.
Right, that one right there.
Which
You did the diagonal.
Right, which crosses over just the right vertical line. And then we used candy cane shapes, the hooks of a candy cane, to connect the right side of the handle to the right vertical and the left side of the handle to the left vertical.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to add a couple more diagonals, so there's one more down here, and then there's 2 up here. This is really thick because I've gone over it a couple times. I'm trying to make those angles the same direction.
Right, they can't see it because your hand is in the way.
Oh, sorry. So I'm trying to make these angles the same as all the other angles. This angle, these angles.
Right.
So we did 2 angles here for the back of the basket,
Right.
and then the left side of the basket
You made a box.
is just a little box, and this is straight.
And this is done in white.
Yeah,
You changed to
I
white.
changed it to white so you guys could see it, but it doesn't really matter. You guys
It could be
can-
done in the gray or the
yeah,
white.
yeah. It's up to you what you guys want to kind of play with it in later.
Mhm.
I go back and sort of outline everything later.
Okay.
So you can do it in the black now. You can do it in the white now. You can do it in gray. Okay, and then we're gonna rinse and dry that brush. You guys give us an okay when you're done.
Okay.
I know that was lots of instruction. Lots of detail on here, guys.
Yes.
Lots of detail.
Now, I mentioned that when you come back from your hiatus, that you was going to start on Wednesday doing the elephant for Olive.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Thursday you're doing the Mass Squad. That's
Yep.
a Zoom donation event.
Right.
Okay. And then I told them that I would give them the weekend.
Right.
The weekend, that's the weekend of Friday, June 19th,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, June 20th. Oh, wow. Okay, so Saturday, June 20th is a double-header day.
Yep.
So we'll be going back to the double-headers that weekend. All right, Friday, June 19th at 7 p.m. is the afternoon tea painting.
That's in the top right corner, which they can't see right now, but we'll show it to you later if you'd like to see it. You can
Right.
keep it zoomed
When
in.
I take the zoom out,
Yeah.
they should be able to see it up in the right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that Saturday is a double-header day. So on the Saturday, June the 20th at 1 p.m., we're doing Finny the Fox.
Oh, where is Finny?
Right
Is he over
there.
here? Oh, he's down here.
So Finny the Fox is what we're doing. That's a small canvas. That's going to be done on June the 20th at 1 p.m. That's the first half of our doubleheader day. Okay, that night, Saturday, June 20th at 7 p.m., we're doing the seahorse painting.
Yeah, the Seahorse is a big painting, so we'll show you that one later if you want to see it.
Right. Okay, and then finishing out that weekend, June 21st at 3 p.m. is Infinite Blessings Angel.
Oh, that's upstairs. Sorry.
All right, well, we'll show them all later.
Sorry.
But that weekend, we have a doubleheader Saturday, and Sunday is a
Yes.
3 p.m. event.
Yes, yes. All right. You guys kind of give us a thumbs up when you're ready to move on.
Yeah, so far I have Rhea. Rhea's done.
Way to go.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it zoomed in so that they can keep looking at this
Yeah, that's fine.
this cart the way you have it, and they can finish their box and their cart and their handlebars.
Yeah, we're going to skip around, so we'll let this dry, and then we'll come back up here.
Right, Azalea's ready.
Good job, girl.
Roshni's ready.
Yay.
Ivy's ready. Kaylee's ready. Rebecca's ready. Okay, we can go.
All right, guys. So again, we're rinsing and drying this small brush. I don't know how zoomed you are. Do you see this? Do you see the Hogwarts sign?
No, you cannot see the Hogwarts sign. You want me to
Zoom out.
bring it back?
So, yep, zoom out. We're going to work up top now.
Okay, so you're going to work up top now, so I'm going to zoom out.
Yep. All right. So we're going to, we rinsed and dried that smaller brush. I'm going to stick with the detail brush for now. Okay. I want to create the kind of the outline for our Hogwarts Express sign. So I'm going to go back to that gold, or that, not gold, but the brown color that we made for this suitcase.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to use that, and we're going to take that around the left, top, and right of the Hogwarts Express sign. Okay, so a vertical line down right across the red. We're right up against the side. Okay, right over here. These are vertical lines, no angles here. And the top, what do you want to get? Again, if you need a little bit more control.
Now, Rhea says, I have gold.
Oh, that's even better.
Gold is even better.
Go, girl. So again, if you need a little bit of stabilization, do that pencil grip. Hold it up here on the metal part. Use your pinky to stabilize your hand on your canvas as you move that brush across.
Right.
Sometimes that helps. Got a little bit thick there, but that's all right. It's not perfect. So we're doing the left, top, and right. Now I want to do kind of a gold color on the bottom, so I want to just make a little bit of light yellow. So
Okay.
rinsing and drying. We're going to mix a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. Anywhere on your canvas. A little bit of white, a little bit of yellow. We're going to use this for our lettering and for the bottom of our sign. So first, let's go right across the bottom of our sign. Light yellow. I can do vertical lines, but horizontal lines kill me sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Kamaya says, why not the bottom?
I'm making the bottom just a little bit lighter.
Just a little bit lighter?
Yep. So the bottom color is light yellow. Is yellow and white mixed.
And Kamaya also said earlier, if I want to make a donation, who or where should that go to?
For tonight's painting, we can do either Venmo or PayPal. We do really appreciate the tips, guys. Honestly, we are doing as many as we can for free.
Mm-hmm.
The PayPal and Venmo are posted in the event, and I'll post another thank you when we're done. Rascal's being really good tonight, but usually I post a joke about Rascal that he's being right under my feet.
Right.
Yeah.
But
but
he's being good.
But the PayPal and Venmo are there, and we do really appreciate those. So thank you. Okay, so left, right, and top is that light brown color we used down here.
Yes.
Okay, we mixed a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, and we did the bottom here.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want you to do is rinse and dry that detail brush again. Rinse and dry.
The detail brush.
We are going. I just want you to get it back to a fine point because we're going to do that lettering for Hogwarts Express.
All right, so get it to a fine point.
Yep.
And you're going to do the lettering.
So then we want you to do again. It's just that little bit of white, little bit of yellow.
Okay.
I'm just going to dip right into there.
A little bit of white, a little bit of yellow.
Yep, and then Hogwarts Express.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
If you feel more comfortable doing it in pencil first, so that
And
you
write
don't
the letters out in pencil.
write the letters out first, and then go back and paint over it.
Okay.
Your paint up here should be dry now. So that's what I'm gonna do, just so I have
You're going
enough.
to write it out in pencil?
Yep, just so I have enough room, just in case, you know.
So let me zoom in for them so they can see that.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, I'm really zoomed in on it.
Oh my.
Okay.
You know,
And you're
there's
going to write it in pencil and then you're going to paint it in.
yeah, there's nothing like painting really great, but then getting almost to the end and realizing it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's not good. So yeah, you make sure all of the letters fit inside the sign, and then you can paint them. Now I don't think they cannot see your handwriting,
That's okay.
but they see what you're doing.
That's what we want. Okay. So again, use that pencil grip, pinky to stabilize. I know my hand's gonna be in the way.
Right, but you'll move your hand and they can see it up close. And you're stabilizing with the pinky.
Yep, stabilize with the pinky.
And now that you wrote the letters down, you're just tracing over the letters carefully and slowly.
Either that, or if you need to kind of move a little bit and you don't want to erase, then you know what to do with your paint as you go. So
Okay.
again, after every couple of letters, rinse and dry this fine brush.
Yes.
Get it back to a point so you have nice fine letters as you go.
Okay, so let's repeat that again. After each couple of letters,
After every 2 letters, let's
rinse
say.
and dry the brush and
Right.
get it to a fine point so that you can put your paint on it and make your letters carefully.
Right. Because once you start building up that paint,
Yes.
then your lines start getting big and wobbly. So wipe it off, rinse it off, go back to more paint. And if it looks like it's too faded, then you can always go back over with a second round once this dries.
Okay.
Hogwarts Express.
Yeah, they can see it real well now that it's zoomed in.
Good. I'm glad you could I'm
I
glad we were
can't
able
wait to get my camera. I can't wait.
to. Whoa.
Yes, because right now I just have to leave it on the zoomed.
It's okay.
And we are at the 1.5 hour mark, so
Awesome.
I'm watching carefully with the power.
Alright, so Hogwarts Express in that light yellow.
Antonina says, what color for the letters?
I use that light yellow. I probably added a little bit more yellow to the white just to get it a little bit more yellow, but light yellow.
If you have gold, gold is
If
fine.
you have gold, that would look pretty awesome. I don't know that it was gold in the movie, but, or in, you know, I don't know.
We've got Harry Potter aficionados here. They know. All right, so now your sign is Hogwarts Express. Your letters are in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else?
Mm-hmm. With that gold or your light yellow,
Yes.
we're going to add the laces or the straps on your suitcase.
Oh, okay. So now I gotta bring it back so that they could see that part because I had it zoomed in. Okay, you're good.
Okay. All right. So, suitcase. Again, it's just that small round brush, that fine detail brush we're going to stick with
Yes.
for these. I want to go right down across that top left angle.
Yeah, Rhea says it was gold in the movie.
Awesome. Okay, so. I'm
Oh,
just
so
going-
you're trimming the.
I'm trimming the
suitcase?
suitcase with this light yellow color. So down this angle, down the left vertical.
Trying to zoom on it. Okay, that's good.
Now we know that the owl will be here, and why can I not remember the name of the owl? Hedwig will be here, but we're going to paint it anyway. We'll paint over because we're going to let it dry. So we're going to do another vertical, or another angle.
With what
This
color?
We're sticking with that gold color, that light yellow.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the straps on that suitcase. So vertical, coming down from that.
Yeah, I zoomed in on your hand, so
Okay.
when you remove your hand, they can see.
Good.
Hedwig is the owl.
Yep, Hedwig. Hedwig. Okay, we're going to repeat this same angle and vertical. We're going to move it over a little bit more. Angle and a vertical. Those straps on the suitcase.
Now, I don't know much about Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
but I know my favorite character was the flowery person that loved him. The girl, it was always.
Hermione.
No.
Not Hermione?
It was a girl who was going, "Oh, you're so fine. Ooh." When we went to see it, there was a girl that was saying, "Oh, Harry Potter, I love you."
Oh, that was Moaning Myrtle, the one that was
That's
right
the
after.
one.
Yeah.
Moni.
Yeah, she really took the show. If you have not seen it, the play,
That was my favorite character.
the play was great. It is in 2 parts. It was great. The tickets were expensive, but she really stole the show with that. There's some really great
Performances.
technical thing. Like just how they make the stage like the time warped kind of thing, right?
What was that? Was it Luna or Mona?
No, it's Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle, right?
Because she's dead. She's a ghost.
That's it. She was
Moaning
my
Myrtle.
favorite character at that show. They could just do a show about her. That would have been awesome.
She did great.
That was
Okay.
awesome.
We are going to also outline this edge, this right edge. We're going to come down, skip over where your verticals are, and then come down. This is our corner here with that vertical. So
Oh.
angle and vertical.
Okay. So you just outlined your suitcase.
Yep.
Haley says, I dressed up as Myrtle for Halloween with a toilet seat on my head.
Oh my gosh. You have to send that to us. Send that to us and we'll put it in the slideshow. If you guys have ever dressed up, really, like that would be a great addition to the slideshow. If you guys have ever dressed up or you've done something Harry Potter, send us the pictures. We want to see what you did. I think it's great. That's awesome. I'm going to rinse and dry because I want to get this, actually it doesn't really matter. We can just do those little buckles. So I was thinking that we would do that black line across, but at this point it doesn't matter.
No.
So I do want to put like a little tiny dot here. It's kind of a small vertical line for like the buckle.
Right, the buckles for the suitcase.
The buckles on either side here.
And then a handle.
And then it's sort of like a handle here. Right. Now it looks like a sort of a weird smiley face.
Okay, not bad.
Okay, I'm rinsing and drying.
Now you're rinsing and drying.
Yep,
Still
rinsing
using
and
the
drying.
same brush.
I'm sticking with that same brush. We're gonna let this dry a bit.
Haley says, I don't know if I can find the pictures, but I will try.
It's a mission, Haley. It's a mission, Haley. We'll see if we can find some of our pictures too from our event, which we had so much fun. I like went all out with decorating and everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of pictures.
There was a lot of pictures. I didn't
Can't
take them.
believe
That's the
it.
problem. I didn't take them,
Did
so I
not
didn't.
take some? I took pictures
You
on
may
my phone.
have. Oh, all right.
We had a bunch of them.
It was so much fun though.
I remember looking at the pictures on Facebook page going, wow, look at all these pictures.
Oh my goodness. Okay, do you have are you zoomed down here?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So let me bring it back.
No.
Uh-oh, we're losing the battery power.
Darn.
Okay, so now we're going to have to switch. We're going to have to switch from battery.
Jennifer's gonna have to yell.
Yes, Jennifer's going to have to yell so that y'all can finish this painting. So now I'm going
we
to
got a bit
disconnect
to
the
go.
sound.
Sorry.
Yes, so let's take care of it right now.
Sorry guys. Hang tight.
Close this.
Hang tight with me.
Pull that out. Put that in. Okay.
Better?
Yeah. I think I'm close enough now where you could see everything.
Okay. All right, we're gonna do this. Can they see this one or the other one or no?
Yes, they can. They can see it.
So we're gonna go to black because I want to do this this kind of angle truss thing where it's kind of like that little divot in the wall.
Okay.
So with the black, from the left side of our sign, almost at the end, I want to kind of create a little arch. So I'm going up and toward the left.
Okay.
And we're going to make that a little bit wider. Same thing, up and toward the left, but I'm going to let it meet.
All right. Let me. Okay. No, I think they can see that.
Okay. This is going to be a vertical, straight vertical all the way down. So as straight as we can make this, all the way down. So we're coming down. I'm using my finger to kind of like brace my brush against the canvas so I can just pull my hand down. So following this down.
Right. You made a dot, and then you came down from the dot.
So I'm just pulling my hand down. I'm using my finger to stabilize it on the canvas. So I can
Okay.
pull it all the way down.
Okay.
Now I just want to do like hatch marks. Hatch marks are just small little, we're going to use that angle though. Use that same angle.
That same angle that you've been painting vertically to do
Right.
your background.
So same angle. We just want to do hatch marks. So they're just little lines that are kind of filling in this area for almost like a shadow effect.
Right. Now, yes, Anya's saying it's really hard to hear you. We just changed from
Sorry.
right. We just changed from our microphones
Yeah, sorry,
to now
guys.
you have to speak up because you're talking to the phone.
I forgot. All right. So again, we are doing this curved line. So from the top of our sign, I'm starting at almost the end of it and curving up and to the left. And then again, moving over just a bit and up and to the left where they meet.
All right, so you did those two little black lines up there at the top of the sign,
Yep.
and they're going up and to the left in a curve motion,
Correct.
and they're going to meet up at the top of your canvas.
Right. So it's almost like this is that portal or that arched area where they would go.
Okay.
Okay, and then I just kind of invisible line here, all the way down,
Right.
and then started my vertical line all the way down, nice and straight, right to my
Floor.
my ground.
All right. So you took from the end of the end of the sign, and you went all the way down the vertical line,
Right.
all the way down to the platform.
Correct. And now we're just going to do small hatch marks. So they're just small little, we're going to use that same angle, same little angular lines, just to sort of fill it in. And I'm just lightly brushing these in that area. We're just staying in that little area that we made in between those two black lines.
Okay, so you're staying between those two black lines that you made,
Yep.
and what are you doing? You're just like marking
I'm just lightly touching. So this is called hatch marks.
hatch marks.
Hatch marks, right. So they're just little black lines that we're just filling in.
So you just put little black lines in between the two black lines.
Yep.
All right, with your very fine.
We're using that small detail brush.
We're using the small detail brush,
Yep.
and you're using black.
And let's just continue that all the way up here. So,
And these hash lines that you're making, these lines that you're making, these slashes,
yep.
they're going in the direction of the vertical background that you created first.
The angle,
Right, that angle.
right? The angle. We're using that same angle that we're using here. So this is your angle direction. So
All right.
all of your angular lines should follow this angle.
Right. You want the flow to go in that direction.
Correct.
All right, and please keep speaking up.
Sorry, thank you. Alright, so we're doing just little hatch marks. Again, these are called little hatch marks. Little angular lines that are just filling in that little area between the two vertical black lines that we made.
Okay. All right, now Charlotte says, what's your favorite Harry Potter book? You didn't read the
I
books.
didn't read the books. But I can tell you that probably my favorite movie was the second one.
Okay.
Which I can't even tell you. I remember watching the first one and I loved it. And I remember watching the second one and I loved it even more. So I don't even know what the order of the movies are at this
And you
point.
never read the books?
I never read the books. Are you kidding?
I think the books would be better than the movie.
Probably. But that's so like intimidating to me. Those books, I'm so proud of all of you kids that are reading those books that are so, that's like, forget it, there's no way. I have business books that are this thick and I can't even get through them.
Oh.
It's terrible.
I
like
love
to
reading
write.
books, baby. I
like
love
to
reading
write.
books.
I don't like to read. It just takes me so much to read. It's horrible.
It's been a while since I had a book where I just couldn't put it down. I gotta keep reading through the
Me
whole
too.
thing.
Me too. Alright, so let's get a couple of black lines in our sign. So on the inside, or you can outline the outside as well.
Right.
I'm just going to use that little black brush and sort of go along the inside of that light gold, that gold color that we used around the outside. Just going to do a little outline around that. Around the inside, and if you want to outline the outside of it, you certainly can.
So you're doing this pencil grip.
Yep, pencil grip, pinky to stabilize, it just helps your...
You put your pinky onto the canvas so that you can stabilize your hand and you can make these little straight, skinny lines
Yep,
in your painting.
exactly. I mean, they're as straight as I think I can get them. Oh my gosh. And I want you to rinse and dry so we get that nice thin brush again.
Mm-hmm. So constantly rinsing and drying so that you can
Rinse
keep
and
that.
dry to get that fine detail brush again. We want that always to come back to a little point. And then let's do our 9 3/4 while we are up here.
Oh, now you're gonna put the 9 3/4 inside, so you can do that with a
Yep.
pencil.
You can do it with a pencil if you want to.
You want to make sure that you get that 9 3/4 in there.
9, so it's kind of like a little circle up here. And you guys, I think, know how to do 9 and a 3 and a quarter.
Yeah.
3 and a
But just to be safe, maybe they could trace it in a pencil first so that they know that they got their 9.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, if they're confident, they could do it with their paintbrush,
Right.
and they just gotta rinse and dry and make sure it's pointy enough. Okay, remember to speak loudly, please.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so we got our 9 3/4 in there, and then we're just gonna outline that white circle. Again, using that small detail brush with our black. Sticking with that pencil grip, pinky to stabilize your hand on your canvas. Okay. And we want to get that on there. Give everybody a minute to sort of catch up to that. Rinse and dry, get it back to a point. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but the birds are whistling upstairs too. That's Holly, she's going. When there's nobody there, she just starts whistling like crazy. Okay, so we did our inside of our sign. We did our 9 3/4, and we outlined that white circle. Rinse and dry again to get it back to a point. Still with the black. I want to do just a black line where our wall and our concrete, or wall and the ground meet. So this area, I just want to put a black line in there using that tiny brush. So again, pencil grip, pinky to stabilize, and just sort of start walking this black line right in between the ground and the wall. Black line connecting them both. When you get to the suitcase area, you can leave that. You don't have to fill that part in. We'll just kind of skip over that and come right back over here. Bring that down here. Bring this all the way down to your corner. Rinse and dry. Get some of that paint off of that brush. Rascal's getting closer. Give everybody a minute. Grab a drink. Like Aiden's watching Toy Story again. All right. Let's do our, okay, we'll go, so once you have your black done, we're just going to do these like little check marks, or little like, they're almost like pound signs in our wall. So it gives the illusion of bricks. So rinse and dry this small flat brush, and just in the brown, the dark brown that I've got, I'm just using that dark brown with that fine brush. I'm just doing some pound signs. Now they're not, again, as I do it, the verticals are vertical, but the horizontals are really our angle, okay? angles are not quite this angle, but they're supposed to be. So you can do some T's. Again, use that angle. A couple of like pound signs, or kind of vary your lines a little bit. And you're just going to put those randomly throughout your whole wall. Okay? They can go anywhere. Again, it's sort of like pound signs, but use that instead of a horizontal, we want that angle. All right? So vertical is straight, horizontal is those angles. And those, again, rinse and dry that brush. Get it back to a point so you have a nice fine point on your brush. And we're just going to keep putting these little like pound signs or little T's in our wall. So it's like the illusion of bricks. Stick with this angle on all those lines. If it's not showing up over here in your darker area, just grab a little bit of black and add to some of that brown. So once you get to that right side where it's darker up here and this brown doesn't show up, you're going to add a little bit of black to that brown and do the same thing. Rinse and dry, get it back to a point. It's a process, I know. Trust the process. The last couple of steps again. Okay. So, repeating the steps again. So we used our black inside of our Hogwarts Express sign, our 9 3/4, the outside of that circle, and then down on this angle where our wall and our floor meet. Rinse and dry. And then with our brown, the dark brown, we're going to start making pound signs. Almost pound signs or T's. And they're randomly on your wall. It doesn't matter. There's no specific area. It doesn't matter. We just want some of them on the wall, kind of to replicate some bricks. So I'm starting with brown, and as I move this way, I have to add a little bit of black to that brown so it shows up. And every so often, rinse and dry to get it back to a point. And that, instead of horizontal, needs to always be an angle. Keep that angle going. And then rinse and dry, and we will let everybody catch up before we move on to the next step. When you guys are ready, then just kind of give us a thumbs up or an okay, let us know you're ready to move on. Make sure you guys, if you're painting with us and you didn't check in to tell us where you're from, check in so that I put you in the raffle tomorrow. I'm going to do that spinning wheel thing, that random wheel generator, and I'll pick 3 names for tomorrow to ship out 3 mugs to 3 of you that are watching and painting live tonight. So don't forget to do that for me. So give it a few minutes, guys. And Mark is back.
What happened?
Nothing. We just gave some instructions. I said just let us know when everybody's done.
Oh.
So we can see we're all back on the same page.
Yeah, I see some all sets.
All right.
Right. Rashini says, I'm from New Jersey.
Yay.
Right, I got a thumbs up.
Cool.
All set. Ready.
Alright. Step on his dog.
Oh, there was a question here
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
from Charlotte saying, have you ever created a painting inspired by the Broadway musical Hamilton? No.
Not yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I would love to see that.
All
I
right.
haven't seen it yet.
No, somebody says, no, please wait.
Okay.
Yeah, Rhea. Rhea says, wait, hold on.
There's lots of instructions I gave, so.
Haley's in California.
Haley's in California. There's 2 Haleys in California, right?
I think
One
so.
lives in Michigan. Forget.
I don't remember. Okay.
Okay, so we just did our, we did kind of our brick pattern in the background. We added that black line for where our wall and our floor meet.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to our cart as soon as Rhea's ready.
Okay.
Give us the okay, Rhea, okay?
She says sorry. She's working
it's
on
okay.
it.
It's okay. We know.
Rebecca Reisman says I'm also from New Jersey.
All right, Rebecca.
Yeah, we've got some time. Just a few more
Yeah,
minutes.
I told them, I reminded them to check in if they didn't check in, if they're painting live with us, so that they can be in the drawing for the
For the mugs.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, I know you.
How will they know who won the mug?
Tomorrow we'll do a live. It's just gonna be my phone, live on the computer. You're not gonna see me probably. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But I'll do that random wheel generator. So everybody's name that's in tonight, I have to type out all of your names to put in the random name generator, and we'll spin that 3 times so that 3 people get chosen for the glasses.
Okay.
Okay? We'll do that live tomorrow sometime. In between painting.
Kamaya says I'm from Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Yay! Our neighbors.
And Roshni says I'm ready. But Rhea's still not ready yet. We still wait for Rhea.
Yeah, we'd like to get everybody on the same page here because we're going to start with a lot more we're going to do details again.
Okay.
So, we don't want to leave anybody behind.
Right.
So grab a refill on your drink or your snack. Put on some music.
There we go. Well, I can still read off an upcoming event.
Yeah, we didn't get through them all yet?
Nope,
No.
there was a special one
Okay.
for Thursday, June 25th at 8 p.m. That's date night.
Oh,
Sun and the
yeah.
Moon.
Sun and the Moon.
That's
Really?
always special. We've done that for the few years we've been doing Mimosas
have
and
done that.
Masterpieces, but we've been doing them live. We've never done a virtual event where we created a date night, for the people who want to participate in making a painting of the sun, the night, sun, and moon.
Yeah, it's
That
half
would
a
be
sun.
awesome.
It's half a sun and half a moon. And if you don't have a date, it's okay. You can paint the whole thing yourself. You just turn your canvas sideways and do half on one side and half on the other.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a date night thing too, so that's when you want to get couples to get together and paint together. That's what we would do at the live events when we would do them.
True.
And the dates would all come, and and they'd all paint, and then we'd all have everybody stand up and put their paintings together, and we'd have one big giant painting.
Yes.
I participated in one of those.
Yeah, even Mark painted for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't paint. You
Yeah.
did 2 with me. You did the birds.
Right.
You did the bird one
Did the
with
birds,
me.
and I did the sun, the
And
night.
you did the sun and the moon.
Right.
You did the moon.
You can see those pictures on this page. Just go to the
Yeah.
photos and check the photo section.
Almost every event that we've done has a photo album. If it was a private event that we did for somebody and they did not want pictures posted, the
Right.
album's not there, of course.
Right.
But pretty much everything I've done, there's an album too.
Yeah, go through this page. When you come to Mimosas and Masterpieces page, go through the photos. go through the videos, go through, just go through the page and see what's happening here, because we've been doing this for quite some time now.
If you guys are local, like we said a couple of New Jersey people, if you guys are local and you can get out to some of the things that we've done, if you know us or you don't know us maybe, I always say, for me, this is not just about putting paint on a canvas for you guys. This is an experience for you. This is time spent with your family. It's downtime. It's time not thinking about anything else going on. It's a memory. It's creating a memory. So when I do larger in-person events, I like to make it an event. It's
Right.
we're not just gonna get together and put paint on a canvas. We're gonna have fun somehow. So in August, for those of you that are local, we have sloth paint party, if you haven't seen that. So I have a live sloth from the Lehigh Valley Zoo coming to the event so we can kind of meet and greet him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're painting you'll paint a small canvas or you'll paint a mug or a glass. There's sloth swag, and we have sloth cupcakes ordered and sloth cookies and sloth swag. It's going to be an entire event. There's a photo booth, and so it's not just about putting paint on a canvas. I promise I ain't getting rich on these things.
Uh-huh.
When you guys pay me a fee, I'm just covering my costs and maybe a couple of bucks, but trust me, I can't wait to spoil everybody at that event. We had to move it from April to August. So we are so looking forward to it.
All right, we can continue on now.
Good deal. All right. Again, we're rinsing and drying that little brush.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do our little brown package that's in there. So I'm going to go, you could just make a brown color. So whatever color brown you want to use. Light brown color. Little brown, little white, little yellow. You just want a brown color for that box.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm mixing a light brown color or a dark brown color, if that's what you want. Right, rinsing, drying, and I just want to kind of get my brush back to a small point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to put a box in this area. Now I know it's tricky because we're going to have to paint around all of these little handles and everything.
Okay.
Okay?
So let me bring it in close so they can
That's
see.
good, yeah. Alright, so with my brown, we're going to start with, so this little square that we created.
Did you say
here-
what brush?
Yep, the small little detail brush. We're still with this brush, rinsing and drying, creating a brown color. Doesn't
Okay.
matter what brown color, you pick a brown color.
Anya says there is thunder at my house.
Here too, I think that's why Aiden just came down the stairs, huh?
Uh-huh.
I ran like crazy because I saw the flash.
Okay.
And then right when I came to the door,
Oh man. Alright, so we are going to first fill in this little box that we made. So this box that we made earlier, we're filling this in with the brown.
Okay.
We're filling in between these two areas that we made with this brown.
All right. Excuse me.
We're going to come up here and bring this down. You're going to bed?
No, he's not going to bed when there's thunder and lightning outside.
I only did that when the storm was over.
Okay, when the storm's over. Okay. So, above this little box that we made, we're going to create a tall rectangle
Okay.
that runs right alongside that, runs right alongside this little, this part of the handle, and we're filling this in. Now we have to use that same angle again, right? Same angle for the top of this box. We don't want to go too far. We only want to take it to where this handle back here ends. Okay, so another angle. Angle wasn't quite good enough there. Okay. know it's kind of tricky because we got to kind of go around these little handlebars.
Don't touch the handlebars.
But we'll go back over that with white or black or whatever we need to.
Just in case you do touch them.
Yep, because I know, I'm getting over there too, so it's all right. Rinse and dry when you've got that
box done?
in there. And if you need me to repeat steps, let's repeat those steps, okay?
Yeah, why don't you just repeat them?
Okay, so we filled in this little box first.
Right.
We filled in the back of the basket box. We did a rectangle, tall rectangle that came up to just about over this handlebar. Straight across. And then down. Filled this in. And then we've had our two angles. That same angle that we've been using. Straight across up here. And we're bringing it back down. And then filling this entire area in. Everything around your handlebar.
Okay. Then you rinsed and dried your brush?
I rinsed and dried the brush. We're going to go to the bottom of our cart.
Okay, so now I can bring it back.
I would stay focused down here on the cart area.
Okay. I want to be able to see it.
Okay, you're right now.
Okay.
Okay.
You heard that?
It's not going to come through the doors if they're unlocked, buddy. It's all right.
Well, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go right out there.
Okay, so let's do the bottom of our cart. We got to put wheels on the cart, right? So I rinsed and dried this brush. I'm going to dip into my black. And we're going to, back here, put a small circle for a wheel.
Okay. Still using the small brush.
Still using the small brush. I'm going to kind of go over it twice to make it kind of thicker. So it looks like a little tire. And then a small black dot in there. And then let's do a wheel up here. So this one's just a little bit bigger. Circle here. Again, we want to kind of make it 2 brush widths thick, just kind of going over it twice there. So it's even. And again, a small dot in there.
Okay.
Kind of a half circle back here almost. It's the back of this wheel. And then I'm going to outline the bottom of this cart, okay, with this black. So I'm just going around and outlining where our trunk is sitting or suitcase is sitting. Bottom of this cart. Use that pencil grip, pinky to stabilize your hand. So you can do a little bit at a time. And outline the cart.
Okay.
We're going to do the same thing over here. Outlining this angle. Outline this angle. Here's where all this will kind of come together. We're going to outline the handlebars and the verticals. Again, I want you to rinse and dry this brush often so you get it back to that fine point. Rinse and dry.
Rinse and dry.
Back to a point.
Keep speaking loudly.
Rinse and dry. Get it back to a point. Keep reminding me. All right. And then we are just lightly outlining those verticals and those angles. I'm skipping over where that angle is so I can do the outline on the top and the bottom of the angle. Like that. I know all the angles are not going to be perfect, and that's okay.
And now you can fix your handlebars.
Now you can fix your handlebars where you may have gone over them with that brown color. Thank you. Outline your basket area. I know lots of detail in this, guys. I know. And I'm sure you guys are doing great, so I cannot wait to see them. So remember, when we're all done this evening, to take a picture and send them to us.
Please.
You can post them right in the event. When, as soon as we're done and I upload the video, I will post a reminder for you.
Okay.
You can post your video. You can post your photo right there on the reminder.
Okay.
Okay? That little handlebar. Outline either side.
Something at the door.
Uh-oh. Hailing?
Could be. Or things being blown up the street, right to our door. Garbage cans and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I hear it. I hear the thunder.
Maybe I'll turn on the light.
Okay, you can turn on the light. It's okay.
You're gonna go outside? Don't go outside.
I'm not opening the door at all.
Oh my goodness. Boy.
Is my tent still out there?
No,
Oh man, let me go upstairs.
Stop.
it's still out there.
Oh, don't do that.
If you want to create, you can do that. I'm going to do it with black on this side and then white on this side. If you want to create some little like X's in here, you can for that like basket shape or that basket pattern. You can do that. I'm going to do it with black here and I'm going to change over and do it white over here. But for now I'm doing black back here, sticking with that small brush, and I want to come right across the center of where we did this rectangle of the suitcase.
Okay.
This is kind of where where it meets, right? The two halves meet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just skipping over the belt, the straps and the buckles here.
All right, move your hand so they can see it.
So I just did the light black line right across there. And if you have some over here, you can do that little angle if it fits over there for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Let's rinse and dry. And let's start Hedwig. Hedwig. Let's call it Hedwig. Alright. Very first thing we're starting with is, so rinsing and drying again.
I'm still using the same brush?
Same brush. We're going to use that light brown color or a brown color for the bottom of his cage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we want to do a flattened oval on top of this suitcase. Okay, so it's kind of an oval shape like this. That's the owl. I'm jumping around to different things, but that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's do Hedwig. Okay, so he's white, right? So we're gonna do a white little circle up here. So a circle, and then an oval bottom, kind of comes down to a point down here.
An oval bottom,
Yeah, it's sort
a
of
circle, and an oval bottom.
Yeah, it sort of comes down to a point. It's gonna be kind of covered with some of our cage, so don't worry too much.
Okay.
Alright, you want to put some black polka dots on him, some spots.
But can you go over those 2 steps again?
Yep, so you used just white. We did a little
No. Start with the circle. You put a brown circle
Oh.
on top of the suitcase.
No, that's an oval.
An oval.
So brown oval on top of the suitcase. shades.
You filled it in?
This is for the bottom of his cage.
Right.
Then we rinsed and dried. We took white. So we have a small circle for his head.
Okay.
Filled in. And then kind of an oval down here for his body that comes to a point.
That comes to a point.
Comes to a point for his little tail down here.
Okay.
Now your brown is wet, I know, so you're...
Oh, I'm sorry. Hedwig is a girl.
Oh, her. See? Thank you.
Yes.
I didn't realize that either. Okay. I'm gonna get in trouble with the Harry Potter fans.
You already are in trouble with the Harry Potter fans.
Because I didn't read the books. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so rinsed and dried. Rinse and dry. If you want to put some spots on her, you may.
Okay.
Try and give her some eyes. But it's going to kind of be covered up for the most part, so don't worry too much. People that know Harry Potter will know what it is, I am sure.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we have Hedwig in there. Let's let her dry a little bit before we do her cage. So let's go back over to, we have to just do our box.
Okay.
The highlights on our box. So I'm grabbing a little bit of white, rinse and dry a little bit white. And then we're going to do just a little bit of this edge, this front edge of the box up here.
Mm-hmm.
This angle here.
Using the same small brush.
Same small brush, yep. I haven't changed that brush.
Okay.
And then if you need to add some highlights, if you missed some in here in your handles, you can again go back over in those handles with some of that white if you missed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a close up for you so they can see it.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. We're going to repeat this kind of like basket pattern in here. I want to make sure that I got a good point on my brush though. Still not great, but again, just use some diagonals to make that basket weave pattern. I'm going to come down along the bottom of our cart. So along the top of this bottom area, I do want a little bit of that white highlight along the top of that gray area of our cart.
Okay.
You can add a little white highlight on each of the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to do these two wheels since they're in the front. I'm rinsing and drying just to get that clean again because I picked up some black.
Mm-hmm.
So rinse and dry. And then again we're going to go back to white. Even sleepy.
Yes, I am.
Alright, so let's work on her cage. And I think we are almost done, guys. You did a great job.
After the cage.
Almost. So for her cage, we're going to start with 2 vertical lines. One on either side of that oval shape.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
Okay.
And then I want a curved dome shape up top like this. Start with that.
Okay.
Just want them to catch up so I'm not running too far ahead on you. You guys slow me down if you need to.
Everybody's doing good.
Okay. We're going to do 3 more lines down. So 3 more lines inside this cage. So I want to do the center one first. So I'm going to come down in the center, right through Hedwig to almost the bottom of that oval. I'm not touching the very bottom of it, but almost the bottom of it. So this is a straight vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more coming from the center of the top of that dome, slightly curved, and then coming down in between those 2 lines. almost to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing again on the right side. So slightly curved and coming down and almost to the bottom
Okay.
of that cage.
Almost to the bottom.
Almost, it's not going all the way to the bottom because it's got to touch the inside of that cage instead of that bottom ring. Otherwise, it'll be on the outside.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna get everybody okay. Next step.
Everybody's good.
Okay. So we want to do 2 more oval rings on this cage that has to hold it together.
Okay.
Okay, so our first oval is in the around the top, so right under our dome. I'm gonna come down just a little bit, and I want a curve up,
Yes.
so a slight curve up, and a slight curve around. This oval's following almost the same shape as the one on the bottom.
Okay. And then you
We're
move
just
your
not
hand so they
filling
can
it in.
see it.
Yep, we're just not filling it in.
Okay.
Let's do one more now. We want the one that's coming around Hedwig to not go over him. So the part of the oval in the back, we want to come around the side of Hedwig
Right.
and then come down and around in the front of him. If you need to pick up more paint, you can pick up some more paint. Because I know you picked up some white from going over him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do a little circle at the top for kind of where he would hang.
That's in white.
That's in that light brown color that we went back to.
Okay.
And then we just need to kind of like outline the bottom of that cage a bit. So
Okay.
I just rinsed and dried. Tiny bit of black on that brush. Tiny bit of black. I took a ton of. Tiny bit of black. And let's just go around the bottom of that oval shape of the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you want to add some more detail or some like black to your cage lines, you can.
Okay.
You don't have to, but you can. And then all we have left to do is sign it. So your initials on your canvas,
Yes.
bottom right or bottom left, wherever you want them. I always do the bottom right or bottom left with the year. And then you are done, guys.
You're not done until you take a picture of your painting
Well, you're done.
and send it to us so we can put it in a gallery, put it in the slideshow.
What?
The name and the year.
That's what I just told her.
Mm-hmm. Initials and the year.
And the
Because
year.
last time she forgot
I
that.
did forget one time.
And then I was
Once you
down
have
here.
those done, then you are complete with your platform, 9 3/4.
Well, did
And then you
do
send
that
it to
in-
us.
Alright, you can zoom out if you want to, I think. And I think we're done, guys. Let us know if you have questions first before we go anywhere. If you need to repeat anything, just let us know.
And just keep in mind that we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m.
We will.
to do Kaylee's Mermaid Tale in honor of Kaylee Corriveau,
Yay!
whose birthday was this month.
Woohoo.
And then Sunday is Ice Cream Sunday. We're going to do ice cream virtual paint. And we will be getting some ice cream, so we'll be eating ice cream with you while we paint ice cream.
Are you gonna paint with me,
Maybe.
Aiden?
We'll have ice cream.
Oh,
I'll steal some of that.
oh,
maybe.
sure you will.
Maybe I'll come in the
Sure you
camera
will.
for
Sorry, guys, I
a few
used that
minutes.
easel.
Yes. So remember, Saturday, tomorrow, at 1 p.m. is Kaylee's Mermaid Tale. And then Sunday at 3 p.m. is the ice cream virtual paint.
Yes.
And then we won't be back until Thursday, June the 4th, for the dragonfly painting.
Woohoo. I like that
And
one.
we'll do the weekend all over again. Yeah, this is a nice way to start your weekend off. It was pretty decent, and then we got a nice little storm that's still going on right now outside with thunder and lightning. But for the most part, it was a pretty decent day, and this is a good way to start the weekend off.
We are excited to see your paintings. I can't wait for you guys to send them to us.
Yes, we
Soon as
definitely
we're-
want to see your paintings.
As soon as we are done, we will post the video. I'll upload it right to the event. So again, if you want to share with somebody, you can share it. You can tag them in it. You can go right back to any of our past events, and the videos are posted in the event discussion.
That is correct.
And then I will post tonight also a thank you to everybody, and you can post your pictures right there. And anybody that has like Harry Potter, like if you were dressed up as Harry Potter before and you have pictures of that, send them to us. Let's make them part of the slideshow.
Yes, that would be nice.
We love when you guys make connections with one another. So, you know, we've had some people say, "Where did you? Oh, I didn't know that you knew this," or whatever. It's so neat to have the connections that we've made. And again, if we were doing this in person, I wouldn't be able to meet,
Yes.
virtually meet all the people that we have. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you
Love
so
your
much for joining
shares.
us tonight. And please don't hesitate, come back and join us tomorrow for Kaylee's Mermaid Tale.
Yes. Again, I will post the PayPal Venmo is up there for a tip if you should choose. If you don't have it, we understand. A recommendation or a share is just as valuable as a tip. So thank you guys so much for tonight, and we look forward to seeing your pictures.
And we'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Have a great night, everybody.
Have a great, safe night, everybody. Thank you.